Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Pasty thick, bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office, the boys that have gone out there night in, night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
Well, I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog. I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens, someone has to deal with it, and who are you gonna call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young broads in a school. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
buddies. It's the Ron and Fez show. I was getting into the song so much I forgot we had a little program to do. Forgot all about it, Fezzy.
It's the Friday show.
It is the Friday show, and it's the Friday version of the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
And when songs are over, you should really start talking. That's pretty much Radio 101. And I don't just mean talking with Eastside Dave and Fez with your feet up, but talking to you, the listener. That's what I've got to understand on a Friday.
Well, that's what they're subscribing for, so we should do it.
Isn't it funny? Fridays still excite you like a little kid. It's probably one of the last things that we have that feels like, oh, today's a special day. You know, you don't do it with your birthday anymore, or you don't do it with Christmas or Halloween. But a Friday still gives you that feeling.
Oh, I totally daydream. All Friday morning, getting ready on the way into work, all that. I totally daydream of the endless possibilities that are Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, you're checking out the weekend of all the really cool things you could be doing.
Comic-Con coming up, that sort of thing.
Comic-Con is coming up, and Big Kev is hanging around. I want to talk to him about it. He is involved. By the way, picking out music today, it is the Man in Black, Black Girl Douglas.
Right black at you, baby.
What do you mean when you say that, right black at you?
I don't know, it just sounds good. And I feel good.
Does it really?
And like I said, I feel really good because it's a Friday.
Now, I believe it or not, Fuzzy, from what I understand, Black Girl is picking up fans every day, more and more Black Girl fans.
Oh, baby, get off my butt, take my ass, baby, baby,
Now, that's one of the more uncomfortable phone calls I've ever had in radio. And the guy, he seemed like an Arab, but Southern. He was such an odd thing, Earl. The great thing is if you took him out to a disco, you would definitely get in, because they're always looking for that unique person to bring in.
He's from Southern Iraq.
Yeah. He's like Latka the Cable Guy or something. I don't know his full thing, but you are picking up fans, Earl.
That was too real. He was way too into that.
You were so excited, too. You were so turned on. You couldn't believe it. All right, so is Big Kevin around? I know he's got some Comic-Con tickets to win. You got to be in the New York area. And this is a big one, right, Fez?
Oh, yeah, this one is huge. It's been a long time since we've had one this big in the New York City area.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ, and you've got to be able to make it to New York City to see this. How big is it, Fez? We're talking Javits Center big, right?
Yeah, the Javits Center, which anyone who's unfamiliar with it, just sprawling spaces. The place is just a gigantic convention center.
866-RON-0-FEZ if you need tickets. We got a pair to give away. Big Kev, this has got to be a cool one for you, right? Because you normally have to travel far for something like
very
this.
Far.
Yeah.
San Diego or Dallas or Chicago is the kind of size we're looking at for the con this weekend.
Now, who's cool that's going to be there?
There's going to be a lot of cool people there from the comic industry.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, all the top. You have Todd McFarlane, who hasn't done a convention in years. You have Jim Lee, who's just probably the best artist out there right now working.
No, what makes them show up for these that they're not showing up for other ones?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know why he decided to do this one. I don't know why. Jim Lee is fairly prolific in the sense that he's at a lot of events. He's very fan friendly.
Related to Stan Lee?
I don't believe so.
We're just taking the name.
Oh yeah, just like they do in the dancing world, where everybody, or also they'll pick this up in porn. Well, they'll throw the Lee name on.
Yeah.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Well, that's a good question.
I saw you walking around with a sketchbook one time. You just hand it to people and have them sketch for you? I never even heard of such a thing, Fez.
I have it right here.
It's got to be better than an autograph, huh?
You didn't see this? That he has this? Yeah, I saw him.
I actually have several of them. This is my fifth one that I'm working on.
Who do you have in there now? Is it somebody cool or?
Well, this is Jay O'Barr, who created the Crow.
Now look at that, Fez. Now, does he charge you to do that or just?
That's pretty elaborate.
Yeah, very elaborate.
Those guys feel like drawing all the time?
Some of them do.
Yeah.
Some of them do not. But I'm fairly well known for having very incredible sketchbooks.
I'll doodle some tornadoes for you. That's about all.
Is that how you do the tornadoes?
Yeah,
Tasmanian Devil.
You know
the swirls.
You know what I say? Put a head on top of it, and it's Tornado Man.
That's it.
Oh,
and
nice.
you start to make some real money for yourself.
This is from Fez Watley, creator of Tornado Man.
Looks like it's starting to get a little windy in here. I think this is going to blow you away. And there you go. You're Tornado Man.
Nice.
They have some fairly big crossover guests, too, which I was surprised.
I'm hoping it's that girl from Saturday Night Fever that he ended up with. Because every time I go to one, I see her there.
She's there.
Yeah.
She'll be there.
What is her story?
Karen Gorley or
what is her story with the comic people?
I don't get it.
All right, who else are we talking about?
Kevin Smith will be there.
Kevin
weekend.
Smith, that's pretty big, huh?
Yeah, and
is he still loved by the fanboys, as they say?
Sure.
Is he still a young god?
With Clerks 2 coming out this year, he's about to just reinvigorate interest in all of his
original fan base.
Yeah. Are you guys looking forward to that, or are you worried it'll fuck it up? I'm a little nervous, I got to tell you the truth.
I'm right on the line.
I'm expecting to fuck up.
Because I got to tell you the truth. That's one of those films, when it first came out, I was just blown away that this kid could put this together. And when I still put it on TV, I forget about Jersey Girl. And I go, Jesus Christ, this stuff is great. You know, it really, really was an unbelievable start. I don't know if he's even come close to it again.
There's a lot of crazy rumors going around that they're going to release the film in both black and white and color.
Are you going to ask him why he wouldn't debut it at Sundance and he opted for Cannes instead?
I may
have him
ask
draw
him
it. Have him draw the reasons.
And also Kane from the WWE.
All right, now we're talking, Fez.
Very nice.
I'll tell you this, Big Kev, don't trust him. I've seen that guy do horrible things.
He'll light you on fire.
Yeah, you think he's your friend. He's not.
He's promoting a film that he's in.
What is it?
It's
Kane Mutiny?
Firestarter.
It's Kane Mutiny.
That's better.
Thank you.
Better.
Thank you. Unfortunately, you stepped on it. That's the problem.
I think it's See No Evil.
See No Evil. That's going to be big with Fez.
And of course, the big surprise which just came very recently is Mila Jovovich.
Wow,
is going to be there promoting
Fifth
her
Element.
new film. Yeah,
Sixth Element. She's finally back up again. Gorgeous chick.
And have you seen the trailer for Ultraviolet?
Yeah,
looks fantastic.
So somebody told me you were going to be doing signings. Someone said that you would be in a booth and signing for people.
It's true.
Yeah,
I'm going to
sketch and stick people.
I won't be doing any sketching, no. But
so it's come by and touch Big Kev. Is that what it is?
It's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the promo shot that people can have signed?
It is. Yeah, we're kind of playing it up. It's very nice, and I'm gonna I'll have a jar out for donations for the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund, which is
What's that, to defend the Joker? I don't.
No, it's to defend guys who have lawsuits against them in relation to. There have been some about selling comics to younger
minors.
kids.
Yeah, didn't that kind of start like almost in the 50s when they decided there's a war on comic books?
Yeah, the Comics Code happened. And that. So I'm very supportive of that, and so I decided to do. This.
Now, V from Vendetta, you looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Are you worried about it at all, or you feel like it's going to be good?
I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be the best comic movie maybe ever.
All right, Hawk just brought the mask in that scared Fez very bad the other day, and then also made Earl scream in here. They are when you got a mask that grown men are afraid of. You know what I want to do, Fez, is put that on Lene and have her chase you.
Oh, that is one of my huge phobias, a child in an adult-sized mask. And that mask is creepy by itself. It's just got the weird vendetta smile on it.
Yeah.
Big Kev, you know how you have all the notebooks about the people? That's his for phobias. He just lists a phobia after phobia.
Cats, cat hair. Cats meowing.
I don't know if you ever saw that film Zelig, but he will turn into somebody else's disease or phobia as he's talking to him, and then he forgets that I heard about it other places.
I'm a psycho-hypochondriac.
Yeah. He's called me before 2 o'clock in the morning. He goes like this, I want you to tell me the truth. I'll be like, yeah, what is it? Do you think I have lupus? I go, I don't. Not a doctor. Why don't you go tomorrow, but I'm sure you don't have it.
And I don't even know what it is, but I'll get a cough, and the cough will sound lupus. Lupus. And it's like, is that lupus?
And I'm like, give me the TV Guide movie. Has there been a lupus movie on? Because that's how you come up with it. All right, so you're going to be signing stuff.
Yes, I will.
And that should be a lot of fun. And 2 days this thing lasts?
3, actually.
3.
It starts today. It opens to the public today at 4 o'clock. It's 4 to 8 tonight. And it's actually opening at noon today for industry people, and then noon to 4 for just industry people, and then 4 to 8 for the public. And then tomorrow, 11 to 7, Sunday 11 to 6.
And if you want to meet Tornado Man, he'll be out there too. All right, we got the entire phone banks just filled here, Fezzy, so I'll just shut my eyes and click 1. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
It's Jeff.
Jeff,
What's up, boys?
Jeff, you're a big comic book fan?
Actually, I just started getting into comics, starting to read a few. I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. I'm from the area where he did the movie Clerks. And,
are regular people going to be able to meet Kevin Smith?
Yes.
It's going to be...
He has a Q&A, and then he does a signing. And the great thing about Kevin is he does want to meet as many people as possible. So he always... Well, I shouldn't say always, but no. Every time that I've seen him, he stays as long as he possibly can, and he will actually get up from the table and start moving through the line to get as many people.
So you could take your Silent Bob and Jay stuff and get it signed.
Yes, you can.
Any word on James Cameron's Aquaman? Is that still coming down with Vinny Chase?
I have no idea.
I cannot wait to see Vinny Chase in that role. All right, so Black Girl will get that name for you. Go out and meet Big Kev this weekend at the Comic-Con at the Javits Center in New York. Thanks so much, Kev.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Big Kev.
So there you go. It's not like we don't give out things to people, Fez. Pair of tickets right there.
Pair of hot tickets in town to Comic-Con.
You're going to this.
I am totally going.
Yeah. Earl, did you already work it out for Fez?
You got me all hooked up, Earl?
Working on it as we speak.
I know when the voice goes out, that means no, and I haven't even thought about working on it.
Here's all I heard. I'm lying to you guys. I am lying to you guys.
No, we are literally working on it as we speak.
You walk around with a lie detector in your throat. A phlegm-made lie detector.
See,
I know when you hack up a fur ball that you're fibbing.
He can't lie, but he tries. That's the beauty of what he's doing.
I'm telling the truth. I'm
going to go with that. By the way, I own my own rocket. I'm shooting it into space. I don't know nothing about no comic books. Earl, you're going to go there as Black Man and just show up, stand quietly in the corner.
Go as
Take
Blank
it easy,
Man.
Kev.
Put on that Damon Wayans costume.
Yeah. Blank Man. All right, so Fez, you may not be going. Or it sounds like ham and egger. Be ready to take a ham and egger trip. Stand in the line like a mutt.
I'm going to have to call Jeff back, the listener who just won. Using that other ticket, Jeff?
I know. Why didn't we just give that to Fez? Other than the guy from fucking Red Hook or wherever he's from.
Who's living Clerks every day of his life.
Well, Fez, I'm sorry about that. I had no idea. I thought Earl was on top of it for you. I forgot.
Well, I made the mistake of thinking the same thing.
Earl is my guy. Your guy's Eastside Dave.
Oh, I should have put Eastside Dave on it.
Or as I've been calling him, Rookie. He's just a stupid rookie.
Oh, he's green.
Oh, yeah, he's green.
Which makes him very Christmassy with the red hair.
If this was a cop movie, he'd be the one to take a bullet in the belly. Why Fez just screams above him, "No! No!"
He's the Star Trek guy that would get killed as soon as we beam down to the planet.
You know, we ought to make all of our producers just put on that Star Trek uniform because they're all Star Trek security.
Oh, yeah, and it's the red shirt uniform.
Right.
Not the Bones, you get a blue shirt, or anything, or Spock. Yeah, you are red shirts.
Unfortunately, only Fez and I get those uniforms.
We get the gold ones, the Captain Kirks. The red-shirted freshmen, that's our team.
Actually, I'm hoping to take one in the chops, but, you know, just to end this journey, just to slow it down. Fez, I know you're going to end up down there. Maybe it's under, if it's not under Watley, check under XM or Douglas.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking hate a will call window. Just despise a will call window.
I hate a will call window. I like to have the hard tickets in my hand. I don't even like that new thing now where you go online and you print your own tickets and it has a barcode on it.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Because it's like, what makes this real? It's a piece of paper. I understand it has a barcode on it. But if my printer is off by a fraction of an inch, yeah, something could go wrong with that barcode.
You know what that paper is? A reasonable facsimile. As they used to say in the cereal contest where you have to send box tops or reasonable facsimiles.
How reasonable is this?
Now, how many kids do you think made up reasonable facsimiles at their house? I'm sure they didn't know what it meant.
Oh, yeah, you have no idea what a reasonable facsimile is.
And what was there, someone down there at Quaker Oats? This facsimile is not reasonable. Get away!
There's just two big bins, reasonable, unreasonable.
These are unreasonable facsimiles.
This kid isn't even trying. This looks nothing like Tony the Tiger.
Anytime that I would try to join some kind of contest, my dad and my brother would just be like, don't even do it. It's fucking work. It's all the work, you idiot. Why don't you take it out to the Rube box? You'll see. I'll be so happy. I'm going to get it. If I never got anything. Razzles is a gum or a candy. I'm fucking writing shit down over and over. Trying to win it.
And there was, anytime they wanted a slogan or something, I would just use one that was already in use. If it was like a candy, I would still use finger licking good.
Yeah, that's not going to work for you. That's an unreasonable facsimile.
Just not even trying on these contests.
This facsimile is too goddamn unreasonable. What's wrong with these kids today?
I think they're the unreasonable ones.
Yeah. Now the problem is if, your kids try to do it, you're like, stop it. It's fucking nothing. Stop having your little happy heart all built up.
Well, yeah, with our parents, everything was junk.
Yeah.
You try to win something, you try to send away for something, it's junk. You don't want that.
And they were right. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to teach you to be a carny and not a rube.
Because they had been through it with their little orphan Annie spy rings.
Yeah, there's only two kinds of people in this world, boy, carnies and the rubes. Don't get stuck with the rubes, son. Don't get stuck with the rubes. Don't be walking down that fucking midway holding your allowance money thinking you're going to win the big fat dog. It don't happen for you. I don't care how many balloons you pop. Those carny people are on the move.
God, I didn't have allowance money for 2 seconds when I was a kid. Just gone. The instant it was in my fat hand.
Yeah. Earl, I don't want to offend you here, but I remember my dad would call me the Brickyard N on payday because that's how fast I would go through money.
Even like called that.
Yeah, even like when I had a paper route the day I got fucking paid, I was throwing fucking cash around a pinball machine. Everybody was eating a hoagie, fucking drinking grape soda. We were living it up. There he goes. There goes the Brickyard N on payday. He'll be back here tomorrow broke. I couldn't give a shit. Friday night, the eagle was flying. The eagle was flying.
I remember in Sunday school, we would get these things, we would get like these little banks or whatever that you filled up with change and brought in for the homeless or the hungry or to send to missionaries. We were always sending to missionaries at our church.
Yeah.
Or those little envelopes where they had the slots where you stuck in a quarter every day or something until you had the thing filled up. I was always so excited to get that, thinking I was going to do a good thing. I'd empty my piggy bank right into the little bank, the church bank. Next thing you know, I'm just trying to dig my money right back out of that thing. I would get caught, like, breaking into those banks and just get screamed at. Because
what are you going to do?
I would be so excited to give, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I gave it all. I don't have anything for me.
We used to have a thing called Tag Day in my neighborhood where, like, when you had your Little League team, you would stand in the middle of the street. After a lifetime of saying, don't be in the street, don't be in the street, you get to age 10, they give you these little tags and have you beg from people, and then you put it around like the rearview mirror so nobody, it'll say that you support the Little League, right?
Oh, okay.
And they would give you a quarter, whatever. Basically, we're out there washing windows for change, like homeless people. So the fucking coach would drop us all off at different corners. He'd come back. How you guys doing? Nothing. But there you are eating a cheesesteak. You motherfuckers. I swear to God, I brought this money from home. Because it was just like getting free cash to a kid. It was like having an ATM. I used to love to even go door to door. There was one incident when my brother's like, and he was like 7, 8 years older from me. And I was like 8 years old, 10 years old at the time. I don't know what I was. So he's like, hey, we're selling Christmas candles for the boys club. I'm like, what boys club? He goes, don't fucking worry about it. Just get out there and start selling candles. I'm out selling these candles.
There's a club?
You know, I must have been like a rosy-faced little fucking, cherub. I'm fucking selling candle over candle. I'm coming back to them. Candles are really moving. I'm handing him all this cash. At the end of it, I go, okay, any more candles? He goes, no, that's everything from the truck. Here's your cut. I'm like, what are you talking about cut? I get a couple of fucking bucks from him for moving stolen candles. I'm laying in bed at night thinking I'm going to hear whistles at any moment for the fucking stolen candle.
They're coming through the windows.
Yeah, I'm sitting up there going, well, that's it. I'm all part of it now. I'm an organized crime. It was a great feeling. I used to love to sell shit when I was a kid. Loved it. You know what I made a bunch of money from, too? And you never see kids out selling door-to-door because they're afraid that, some kid gets raped in Portland, so the whole country is afraid to let their children outside. But first aid kits. I forget who I was even selling them for. Fucking moving first aid kit. House after house after house. It was the greatest fucking feeling. When you're a little kid, you're fucking handing something over and taking cash. I had my pocket stuffed with this.
That's a great product.
Yeah, it is.
Who wouldn't want a first aid kit? Who doesn't need one?
But who has one in their house? Nobody.
No one.
But then you walk up, first aid kit, $5. They're like, fuck, yeah. $5 for a first aid kit? Bam, bam. Every house I'm selling these things.
Oh, with me, forget selling any sort of school candy. Oh, my gosh. The candy bar wrappers in my bedroom. I would just go into that stuff.
Remember those big band candies? For some reason, your school band would sell a fucking candy bar that weighed 8.5 pounds. It would just, you would never see a candy bar this big outside Dollywood. I have no idea where they got them from, and it never was a very good chocolatey taste. It was very waxy.
Yeah, not a good taste, and you only saw those candy bars from the band.
Yeah.
You never saw them, like, in a store or anything, that brand, in the white wrapper, the big, huge things. You never saw them sold anywhere else but from school groups.
I think they were called plainies. They were just so fucking plain and tasteless.
Waxmans.
But they never, one thing they would have, the school band kids would be constantly trying to raise money for uniforms, some trip to some parade, or we hope to go to Europe. They never stop selling, and everybody puts up with it.
Oh, those poor kids, they might as well be trying to end world hunger.
Yeah.
Because it was constantly, they had to raise money for either new uniforms or another trip. It never stopped with them, the vicious cycle.
I had the double whammy because I was in the band and on the baseball team. So
What did you do in band?
I played the drums.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I played.
Put on your uniform. Come in here one day.
No, we never had uniforms. But
What were
we
you
always
wearing?
sold
Your gym shoes?
No, we had to wear like a shirt and a tie and dress slacks or what have you. But
What is this, the Nation of Islam marching band?
Well, Earl, who are the young brothers that you see on the street here selling M&Ms for like $4 a fucking pack?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Basketball team.
Yeah, they say that, but there's no way that's basketball teams.
Yeah, but if we had to sell it for the baseball team, I had to sell for band and the baseball team. My father just got frustrated and bought every single box and threw it in the freezer.
I used to love to sell when I was a kid. And then when I got to be about 15, 16, you start selling weed. Fucking loved everything about it. Cutting it up, moving it. It was just the best feeling in the world. All right, here's Bronx Johnny wants to throw in something. There's something about moving dope when you're a younger guy. It's your first real taste of capitalism. I remember I used to sell PCP, which is basically a Nazi drug. Sold it as TIC, THC. Hey, it's synthetic pot. I'd fucking get this shit, cut it into spoons, like little fucking teaspoons that you would have the little things for. It was the best feeling in the world to move that stuff out. Head back to the dealer for more.
Yeah, boss, I used to sling weed, but I still don't do it, but I kind of still do it at the college, so it's cool, man.
What are you selling? Just small bits, though?
Nah, like a good, about like a good dime sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, not to be offensive with it, but white kids pay more for it, so you can charge more Staten Island.
Well, is it good weed, though, or?
No, yeah, it's pretty quality, good stuff. Man.
Don't worry, I'm never going to be offended by the race thing. That's only Earl that gets that way. By the way, Earl, I don't know what it is about black people. No one rolls a thinner fucking joint than fucking black people. Those things are like toothpicks when they're done for them. How old when you started dealing dope?
12.
Love it?
It was cool.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think it's like your first taste of capitalism. If they would let kids sell products, like if I could have kept selling products, I probably wouldn't even have been interested in weed. But at a certain point, nobody wants to see a 14, 15-year-old kid selling shit. Then you look like a fucking gangster, like it's a home invasion. So you got to go out and sell it on the underground. Yeah, I used to fucking be crazy about it, man. Here's Art. Art, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Art.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, listen, I wanted to tell you guys about this particular book that they wrote a long time ago. It was called The Chocolate War. It had everything to do with selling chocolates in a Catholic school. They had like the secret society called the Vigils. They would force kids to sell so many chocolates. And what happened?
I remember my first Holy Communion, like second grade, first grade, whenever that is, being screamed at. The teacher was fucking screaming because we weren't moving enough chocolate.
Absolutely, and the book itself, it was made into a movie, and it was made by the guy who played Arnie in the movie Christine. Remember the John Carpenter movie? He became a big-time director eventually and made a bunch of other movies, but this was one of his first features he directed.
Yeah.
And it's got a great soundtrack, and it's a really wonderful movie.
What's the name of this movie?
Now, well, the name of the movie is called The Chocolate War, and it was also a book. It was like a book that everybody in high school had to kind of read. It was written...
You know, I've heard of it. I never read it, and I never saw it.
You got to see the movie because it's got some great songs by Peter Gabriel. It's got like the 1980s soundtrack, and it's filmed so low budget, but you know it's got the scope. It was filmed like in a real Catholic school.
But see,
it's like a border school.
Now they get around that by just charging outrageous amounts to get into Catholic school. It's basically private school prices. But it was back then when parents would have more kids, they weren't able to pay, so you had to make it up by moving a little chocolate. Yeah. You had to move the product.
Yeah, my father paid this was back in the 70s, but he paid about $75 a month for tuition. But
right.
He had to raise about $300 in chocolate money.
Sure,
right.
But now if you send your kids to a Catholic school, it might as well be any private school. And these things, some of the better schools are going like $20,000 a year. It might as well be college.
Well, they would have a class contest, too, with the candy selling, and you'd feel good about yourself. Oh, I sold 6 whole boxes of the candy. I feel good about myself. Then there'd always be the same girl in every class that sold 80 cases.
Yeah. Well, those cousins. I fucking hated that. Remember, your dad would take it to Scott Paper. I'm going to take this down to Scott Paper and I'll move it.
Yeah, if your dad worked in a warehouse, you had it made.
Yeah. But even like the Girl Scouts, they don't come door to door anymore. There always used to be a Girl Scout door to door. Now they sit in front of the supermarket, a place where there's already cookies. But the thing is, the catch people, as they're sitting there watching TV, doorbell rings and someone's standing there with a box of fucking cookies. Obviously, you're popping the wallet out.
Who sent you, Jesus?
Yes.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, you can't have a better feeling than that. Here's Jared. Jared, you're Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on? We used to go to the bars down in the Cornerstone, and we'd sell all our candy to the drunks at the bar. They'd give us all the money and then give us all the candy back. We'd go hit the next bar and then go back there 3 hours later. We made so much money off these people, and we only sold maybe 1 case of chocolate the whole time. We'd take all the money, go buy all the baseball cards. We didn't have to pay for any uniforms for our team, and we only sold like 3 cases the whole season.
If you go into a fucking bar, and I'm talking like a neighborhood bar, a tap room, a beer garden, and you say you're collecting money for Little League, you're going to get cash. The problem is you're going to have to fucking take a lecture from a drunk on hit and run and fucking drag bunt. And you'll have to sit there with this guy stands there with his wooden leg and is trying to tell you how to bunt properly. But if you can put up with it and make it through, you will leave with the money. Here's Randy. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, when I was like 8, my brother was 10. My dad used to take us to the racetrack, the horse races, and after like 1 o'clock, they'd shut down like the East End gate, the admission gate. And this one Saturday, these 2 older kids, they're like 12 and 14, they broke into it and opened it up. And we were charging people double to get in there, man. We were making money hand over fist. That's probably the most money I made as a kid.
I know. You can really make a lot of cash as a kid. And you learn about sales. Before you know it, you open up your own weed business. Then you move on to pharmaceuticals. But that's probably not the good point. Yeah, that's probably not the good point of the story.
No.
Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
How we doing, buddy?
Yeah.
So I was in one of them church chocolate sales as a Catholic school kid.
Yeah.
Sold about $300 worth of chocolates. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted this nice art set reward. It's 10 years later, the fucking thing's in a plastic wrap. I'm looking at it right now.
That's hysterical.
And go figure, I'm teaching in a Catholic school.
Never touched it.
It does lock you in, though, when you start thinking to yourself, my life is going to change if I can win this. If I can pick it up for myself. Start making some things happen. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I'm trying to think of this newspaper, and it was in the back of comic books. And it used to say that if you sold this newspaper, you would be able to win bikes and radios and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad would never let me do it. I've never saw the paper in real life except in the back of comic books.
And they would have little drawings of the supposed kids who had one, and they were so happy.
Proud. What they were, you saw a cartoon Proud Kid.
Yeah.
Because he could feel good about himself, and it had a crazy name, this newspaper. Damn, I know the blowhard would know. I probably should check with him. Hey, Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, PB. The other thing that kids don't do anymore is shovel snow.
Used to love to shovel snow.
Couple $100.
Yeah.
A fucking blizzard, you're sitting there with a heart on, waiting, and you make a couple $100 when you're 10 years old. You're like,
That and mowing lawns, you were basically making your own cash as a little kid. Now, you never see a kid mowing a lawn. It's always, an adult who comes up in a truck. And let's face it, you're going to get it done better. But, it's more of a neighborhood thing to let that idiot kid just mow everybody's lawn up and down the block.
In the summertime, there'd be kids at your door every day asking to mow your lawn. It could just get mowed, and there would be another kid there wanting to mow it.
I had a fucker undercut me. Come by later. Because of me, I love making a sale, but actually, following through and doing a good job, that wasn't my deal. So he came by and undercut. It started a little fucking war.
Some kids would drag their mower through the neighborhood. Other kids would ask to use your mower.
Oh, I never saw that. Never
Really?
Never in my neighborhood. You're going to touch another person's mower. Normally, you're cutting it for old ladies and stuff, or if the guy worked 2 jobs, and they didn't pay shit. I mean, the fact is, you had to work like that on like a nice sale, on like a quick sale. Here is Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I used to be in the Boy Scouts, right? We'd have these Scout Jamboree tickets and chocolates. I'd get my grandfather to take me to Walmart. He'd sit and read his Louis L'Amour book in the car while I went around the parking lot.
Hysterical.
Right? Okay, so I'd go off and sell the people a ticket, and they'd give me the chocolate back. I'd Xerox the tickets one after the other on paper and give them these people, and then I'd go off and take the profits and go play video games and look at the nudie books at the convenience store next door. It's the greatest scam ever, dude.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Yeah, there's another thing they would have us selling was 50-50 tickets. Remember those?
No.
50-50 tickets were like lottery tickets, and what it would be is like whatever you collected, whatever the church collected or the firehouse, they would keep 50%, and then 50% would go out in a drawing. So it was basically a lottery. And there used to be all kinds of ways to make a little extra money for yourself with 50-50 tickets. Earl, you had those deals?
Yeah, the church always had like a 50-50. There was always some type of deal going on with...
we basically got a lottery because they could not stop black people from doing the numbers. The numbers were always big business, even before the lottery. And my grandfather would always be checking, and I don't know how they figured it out. It used to be something with the racetrack, and I don't know how they came up with what the actual number was, but it would always be local guys collecting, and it would stop by, and then the state finally said, fuck it, we need this money.
Yeah, my father hit it twice.
The numbers?
Yeah. It was just sort of like the neighborhood thing.
Right.
Everybody knew about it.
And there was no taxes on it, unlike the lottery.
Yeah. If you won 100, you brought back 100. If you won 500, you brought back 500.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Did you try to call the blowhard to find out what the name of that newspaper was? It's driving me crazy. It's like an Ash or a Thrush or some stupid name like that.
I can see the ad in my mind on the back of the comic book.
And I swear to God, I've never seen this newspaper in real life, my whole life. Never seen it even once. You know what? You know what? You better not even call him because I saw him this morning online and he was asleep. He had been up all night. So maybe he's crashed. Hey, Rick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
yeah.
I saw my first set of boobies when I was selling chocolate door to door when I'm like 9 years old.
Whose were they? What happened?
What happened was I go to the door, I'm selling it, I hand her the piece of chocolate, she bends over, and out they flop right down her shirt. It was beautiful.
Now, I always wondered about that because I used to be a paper boy, and you would be collecting. And you would always catch some side tit from some of the moms because some of the moms would be, walking around in a robe. And it used to be in my mind, is she doing that on purpose? Because that was the other thing when you were a kid. You get to go in people's fucking houses and see how they live. Oh, Jesus Christ, some of the animals in my neighborhood. Fucking filth.
Oh, it could be middle of the afternoon. You see some lady still in her house coat and stuff, and you're just thinking, how are these people living? Nobody gets dressed in this house.
Yeah, you don't blame them now. Now you're like, what the fuck am I wearing clothes for?
Now I'm doing it. I'm the lady in the house dress.
You're walking around with your nightgown and a martini in the middle of the afternoon, hating life. That's all she's thinking. But I always had in my mind, she's like, am I going to show this kid my tits, have a little thrill there? No, I never figured out whether it was done on purpose or not.
I think purpose.
That was what I used to think. But now, looking back on it, what is she going to get turned on by a little kid? I wasn't going to be able to do anything.
Yes, there's sick people out there. Earl just informed me in my headphones that the phones have blown up yet again on the Ron and Fez show.
What did Wiki say, Earl?
He said the long-distance carrier and...
Just now he said this?
Well, not just now.
Yeah, he's supposed to let him know every time, right?
Earl, you got to say it on the air, not in my headphones. And while you're saying it on the air, be halfway through Wiki's number, dialing it up.
Okay.
Here is Todd. Todd, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah, buddy.
I miss Blue Man Fez, but not his sidekick. When I was not 12 years old, when I was in 5th grade, I got the bright idea that I would put on my little football uniform and go around the neighborhood and collect for Jerry's kids. Unfortunately, Jerry got dick, and I spent all the money at the arcade.
See, I would always worry a little bit, like if you don't at least cut him in, that there's going to be some kind of ramifications. I don't mind ripping off the Falcon Little League or the Volunteer Fire Company. I had a problem with blind kids, crippled kids. You know what I'm saying, Fez?
Right, yeah.
You know what I call that? It's a moral dilemma, is what that was.
Sure.
I would be having a moral dilemma that I would have to wrestle with.
What about just calling in to get your name mentioned on TV with a pledge that you have no intention of giving?
Awful. Never would do that in a million years. You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why you had the heart attack.
You think that's why?
I don't
It was so many years later, though.
That's right. I forgot. You're not Catholic, so you don't know how it works. Yes, God fucking has a long list of people he has to get even with.
I was really hoping you'd say that one was okay.
So he finally got back. He saw you. He fucking punched you in the heart and said, there you go. That's for mocking out crippled kids.
God punches hard.
Yeah. Here's Skyler. Skyler, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Skyler.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
When I was in Little League out here in big, beautiful Hickability, Wyoming,
yeah,
they made us sell beef jerky by the stick. It was like a 1.5 foot long stick of beef jerky.
Yeah, but like when you're in Wyoming, you go door to door. What, are you going to fucking take you an hour and a half to get from one door to the other?
You got to wear fucking a furry coat and big old snow boots in the middle of July.
Yeah, I couldn't deal there.
Yeah.
Was it called Big Sky beef jerky?
No, that's Montana, big guy.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
You might as well just be Lewis and Clark with your beef jerky out there in the middle of Wyoming, traipsing around.
And I never thought Big Sky Country had to do with one state. I thought it was just all those states up there.
Well, they call us the Cowboy State, and they call Montana the Big Sky State, but people think Wyoming's like in Canada or some other fucking country.
Yeah. All right,
like,
well, I'll tell you
like
this.
horses and shit out here and stuff. It's great.
Brother, I'm going to meet you in the Big Sky Country. That's where it's all going to come down. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I don't know why I'm giving out because the phones are blowing up right now. Listen to this song.
And all them changes have come and passed. I wanna meet you in the Big Sky Country. I just wanna prove, mama, love can last. Yeah, like hallelujah in the Big Sky Country. Just like forever and ever is why. Beginning over in the Big Sky Country. Be kissing time, kissing time. Goodbye.
We'll take a break. Back in just a couple of minutes. Ron and Fez show.
It's all been done. Let me tell you why.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
Back with the Ron and Fez show on a Friday. 866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-766-0339.
Here's Craig. Craig, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, wasn't that called Grit? Didn't it say sell grit and make money?
That's the name of it. Now, to this day, I've never seen a Grit newspaper except from the back, and I don't know if they're still there in the back of comic books. Hold on, Craig. We're going to give you a collector's item. You'll be able to, this is better than anything you can get at Comic-Con. It's a Ron and Fez signed T-shirt, not only by us, Fez.
Yes?
But, and this is what makes the collector's item. You're getting the rookie, Eastside Dave, and the old pro Black Girl.
Wow.
Earl, what is the story on her phones? What did Don have to say?
That they were aware of the problem and they were working on the problem.
Oh, he didn't say don't call me anymore?
Well,
because I heard a rumor from one of your, one of my spies in there that he yelled at you and said don't call anymore.
No, he didn't say don't
that
call
he's
anymore.
aware of the problem and not to call him every time this happens.
Well, he said I'm fully aware of the problem because Mars always calls him.
Right, but here's the deal.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
We can't do a comedy pyramid.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Because if people want to be part of the show when they call in and they're excited and they're like, yes, this is fun, the fucking phones blow up, Earl. So they're not getting the show.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
That they're paying for. That's the problem. XM isn't getting it. The listeners aren't getting it. And we can't fix these phones. For whatever reason, we got the wrong kind of setup here. And that's where we have to be and explain to them after 105 shows, it's not going to get fixed from here. The equipment itself is not up to the task of a national show with a bunch of callers. Have you explained that to them?
I'll explain it better.
But you're not allowed to call them now.
Well, I don't think never to call him, but we can.
Should I put Eastside on this? Should Eastside be the go-to guy?
That would be a good way for him to get acclimated with Don, yes.
All right, so it looks like what he's saying is, take me out, Coach. Bring in somebody who's got the heat, because I don't have it today.
No, bring in the strong-arm rookie.
What he's saying is, I don't have it. Satchel Paige is tired. Bring in Don Larson. Maybe he can help out. He's a young kid on the rise. I guess that's what he's saying. I don't know, Fez.
All right, Eastside, you're in now.
No. All right, Fezzy, you, believe it or not, you had a spy report come through for your radio psychic.
Radio psychic. Radio psychic.
You picked a fat kid to get thrown off American Idol last night. Okay, it's not a genius move to make, the fat kid who sings Barry Manilow, but it is a W for you and take it.
It is a win, and the way my luck has been running, when I said he was going to be the first one voted off of the guys, that should, in reality, have meant he wins the entire competition.
Right.
The way I end up with my bets.
At the Copacabana. I'm going to miss that kid. I liked him, and not just in this competition, but I liked him in Godfather 2 when Robert De Niro had to wrap that towel around the shotgun and shoot him. I liked him then. I love the Black Hand.
Oh, man, I was so glad to see that kid leave and the skinny kid to go along. Laurel and Hardy left last night.
I know you focus on the boys, but what about the only piece of ass in the whole contest they send packing? Who cares if she can't sing?
Becky O'Donoghue, I think she's got the photo spread in Maxim with her twin sister.
Yeah, well, in shorts. I can't get too excited about it. But, all right, hold on. The Blowhard, we got... Hey, Blowhard?
Hey, man.
I hope I didn't wake you up, buddy.
Nah, I'm still awake. I haven't slept yet.
I was looking for Grit magazine, but somebody already came up with it.
I pulled up with it, and you got a prize. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say that, everything in the back of those magazines I kind of sold, from bird seed, flowers, vegetables.
A lot of flower seeds.
You can move a lot of flower seeds in the spring, but after that, bro.
In the middle of the streets of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But the one thing about Grit, they would say, you can get a bicycle, you can get a football. And it would have these headshots of these guys, like Jim in Oklahoma and John. And it was like this generic newspaper.
Right.
So it was just, in those days, you would get the Boys Life, you would get the comic books, you would buy the little tiny...
You remember Boys Life, Fez, when you were a scout? Boys Life magazine?
No, I don't remember that.
I remember Boys Life. There used to be a comic in there of this young scout, and his name was...
in trouble all the time.
Pee Wee Herman was his name. So Pee Wee Herman lifted that name.
Yeah, and it was pretty.
All right, what about this magazine? You remember this, Weekly Reader?
Oh,
a Weekly Reader, I remember.
That was required reading in the summer for me in my class.
And that happened too. I used to have it delivered.
In the summertime, you'd wait for the mailman. I was up in the country waiting for it to come.
That is true. I would be standing. It was my one day to get mail at age 7, and I would be standing next to my mailbox, proudly waiting for my Weekly Reader to come in, like I kind of do with Sports Illustrated now.
Oh, there's nothing better than getting mail when you were a kid. Something with your name on it.
Speaking of American Idol, do you guys remember Ted Mack's Amateur Hour?
No.
You never heard of that?
I've heard of it before, but...
I've never seen it.
I thought it was like from the 50s or something.
Yeah.
It was from the 60s, and they had young kids performing. It looks like American Idol. It was the same type of thing.
And they would vote them off?
I think they were just nice and say.
Let me ask this: would they form alliances? Were there any alliances?
No, but they played a lot of mean accordions and tubas. It was like a Sunday night show, and I think it was on CBS.
And Philly, we used to have a ton of kids shows. You would have anybody that played cartoon needed an adult in a crazy costume dressed up to play it. So Gene London from Cartoon Corners was a very nice gay man who would draw and show us cartoons. We had Sally Starr, who was a cowgirl. Chief Halftown.
Yeah, we had our share.
Man, you were loaded.
Yeah, we were loaded.
McCarthy, he was the sea captain. He would come out and ring the bell and play cartoons. Officer Joe Bolton, the friendly cop, would play the Three Stooges. We had the Merry Mailman, who was Joey Heatherton's father.
Now, we would have all these different types of... all right, hold on. Somebody wants to correct me here, and I do need to hear it. Here is Pete. Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think it was Pee Wee Harris, not Pee Wee Herman in Boy's Life.
I think he's right.
You know what? If you're right, I'm going to give you the collectible, the signed T-shirt by all 4 members of the Ron and Fez show, so hold on.
I'm going to be here all day signing.
Let me just say this. And make sure that we do sign these and they go out, Earl, because we've been forgetting a lot lately. I made a gigantic mistake, and I would like to apologize to Pee Wee Herman and the Herman estate. Yeah, we had tons of... Now, do the kids have that at all? Or cartoons just run constantly, so it's not like a special show?
Yeah, I think like Cartoon Network has hosts, but, that's just... that's because they're
adult hosts or cartoon hosts?
They're like tween hosts.
Yeah.
Where they're like kids that look like they're like 17, 16 years old, and they're talking about the cartoons, and they have like littler kids in the studio with them, like they're having a party going on.
We had Happy the Clown down in Philly. On vacation, I would see, I think it was Lorenzo the Clown, and I think he also did some Philly, too. He did Baltimore and Philly. And a lot of these guys, I think they used to just work for the TV station, and then, it'd be like Mars here, like, hey, Mars, you want to make a couple extra bucks, introduce some cartoons in a funny costume.
On early Saturday morning in Tampa, we had, I don't know what their names were, but we had a cowboy character and a hobo clown character. So they weren't even connected at all, but they would host cartoons, and they would just be in a big empty studio, a TV studio. It wasn't even decorated or anything.
Yeah. Now, did you love those people when you were a kid?
Adored them.
I fucking loved mine, too, man.
We had Wonderama here in New York. That was the biggie. But the one that I preferred the most on Sunday morning was Chuck McCann. He had a pretty funny kiddie show.
What did he do?
He would just do a wacky show. He would just use props. He would read the comics. He would just dance around, and it was like an acid trip. That was probably in the mid-'60s.
One of the guys there, he was like, I think he was like a local DJ. His name was Bill Weber. But then he would, in the afternoons, go on as Wee Willie Weber. But he wouldn't dress up as anything. He would just be wearing his suit. And he'd be like this, hey, kids, Wee Willie Weber, how are you?
Then we had Diver Dan. He was a guy, he was like showing cartoons, and he would be in one of those diving suits underwater, simulating underwater.
Blowhard, this might be perfect for you. We're always looking for something for you to do. You might be able to be a kid.
I'd love to host a show.
Yeah.
The kids just yelling, hey, Blowhard, what cartoons today?
The one thing I always wanted to do in my life was be a game show host because, it's an easy job. You make 6 figures easily. You get to wear nice suits, and you get to give away a lot of cool prizes.
Well, first of all, on game shows, those guys are only working like 20 days out of the whole year.
They film like a month and like a week. It's insane. But I always wanted to do that. But we had the horror show hosts. We had Zachary in New York.
Well, yeah, we used to have those too.
Just like on the Munsters episode with Zombo and Eddie Munster going at it. That was a very common thing around the country. But there was some national shows, too. Like you look at Winchell Mahoney Time. That was a very popular show, coast to coast.
And that was a national show.
Yeah, that was national. That was on NBC, and that ran for a lot of years with the Knucklehead Smith and Mortimer Snurd, whatever his name was, and Jerry Mahoney. It was just really a great, silly, and very low budget TV.
Yeah, it really was.
It was all low budget.
And of course, you got to talk about Uncle Floyd. That was a popular show in this area. Uncle Floyd show.
Yeah, Uncle Floyd out of Jersey, right? Out of North Jersey.
Very talented man. Very funny show. It used to be only on UHF, and then...
And you know what? He showed up in a Bowie song, like, from a couple years ago. All right, thanks a lot, Blowhard, where he wasn't singing, but Blowhard brought his name... Bowie brought his name up. The blowhard always knows all that stuff. He would have got grit for us. I was worried I was, going to wake him up or something, though. Here is Trucker Mike. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, Ron and Fez?
Yeah.
Hey, we used to have Commander Tom up in upstate New York. His name was Tom Joel. In the evening, he did the weather.
Now, did they open up with 2001 Space Oddity?
No, he came up like the spaceship coming up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Going up in the air.
Yeah, there was a lot of space stuff in those days because everybody was so caught up in the moonshots and all that, anything with space, kids loved. Hey, Trucker Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, the magazine you remember from when you was a kid, you read in the doctor's office, you get it home, Highlights magazine.
All right, favorite thing.
Oh, that was some great reading there.
Favorite thing in Highlights magazine was Goofus and Gallant, where Gallant was a good boy, Goofus was bad. I'll tell you this, I was always a Goofus man. I always thought if I had to be friends, I'd be friends with Goofus, not that fucking kiss-up, that brown-noser Gallant. I hated that bastard.
Highlights magazine would always make me nervous because the one place I would see it is the dentist's office.
Yeah, dentist's office, doctor's office. You never got it at your house. You know what I mean? Nobody had a subscription. You didn't even have it at school. It really was for sick babies. Mike the Tool, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, BAC 109.
Way to go old school for us, bro.
What's up, Tool?
Hey, there was another comic in the back of Boys Life magazine. It was Gus. He was a dog, and he used to go on adventures with scouts.
I don't even remember that one. I'm sure you were right about that, but I don't remember that one. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Island, we used to have a station from Boston, SBK, when I bought my cable channel.
Yeah.
And they had Willie Whistle, who did the whole show with one of those little whistles in his mouth. He was the most annoying guy I've ever seen.
Now, Boston was always big, too, because Zoom. That was, to me, that was the Mecca. Send it to Zoom. The first time I ever really checked out ass in my life, it was the Zoom girls. Loved them. Love the Zoom chicks.
I just thought those kids were just the luckiest kids on earth. They're doing a TV show, and it's like I just imagine that they were just taken away from bad homes and just put in this palace where they all lived together and did a TV show.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. I
Yeah.
miss Fezatorial.
Me too. It was, that was working Fez. I call that working Fez days.
Yeah,
What do you got for us, Stevie?
Ronnie, you remember Captain Noah out of Philly?
Send your pictures to dear old Captain Noah. Send right away. He and his wife, Fez, they were basically on an ark full of cartoons. They've taken the Bible. They've taken the Bible story and made it a nice chance to entertain kids. Now that one was kind of cool because if you drew pictures, he would hang them up all around the set.
Oh, nice.
You really couldn't tell what was there. How about Romper Room was national, but was it kind of a franchise where it was local in every town?
Right, yeah, like every city had a romper room,
Right.
but it was their own romper room.
And those, Miss June's, I think was ours. Miss
Yep.
something. I can't fucking remember. They were always so hot. Those were the hottest broads ever.
The dean of boys at our middle school went in his office. He's got a picture of our Miss June in a frame on his desk. And I'm thinking, this guy's a little old to be such a huge romper room fan. It was his real-life wife.
At least that's what he told you. He might have been
Came with the wallet.
He might be been the gay guy who just needed to put something up. Hey, Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, do you remember Zoom?
We're gonna zoom, zoom, zoom. We're gonna zoom, zoom. Talk about not trying. What kind of fucking lyrics are those?
My first teenage experience thinking about one of the girls from Zoom.
Those were hot-ass girls. They were really hot-ass girls. No doubt about it. Masher, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Cool.
Ranger Rick. I remember waiting for that at the mailbox.
Ranger Rick.
Yeah, it was a magazine, just, I don't know, it was animals and crap like that.
You know what? It doesn't take much to entertain a kid. You fucking draw some animals being friendly to each other, and kids love it. It's like now some of these people acting like they're children's books. It's just because anybody can do it. Jay Leno's writing one now. Billy Joel put one out.
Oh, Paul McCartney, Madonna, goes on and on.
Yeah, and they act like they've done something. Hey, is that Hard Rock Johnny I see out there hanging around? Johnny! Bo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Bo.
This one's more for Fezzy. Hey, Fezzy. Saturday morning wrestling.
The best.
With Jerry the King Lawler.
We didn't have Jerry the King where I was at in Florida.
Well, sometimes you would get, like, it wouldn't, if you would get up early in the morning, like for me, I remember there was Georgia wrestling that was never really pushed hard. There was Texas wrestling.
The Von Erichs.
Well, that's where I first found out about Ivan Putski, too. Long before he came to the WWWF. And those guys I just fucking loved in a big way because I knew they weren't local. I knew they were somebody else. Someplace else causing some havoc. Hard Rock Johnny, how you doing, Johnny?
Oh,
Johnny.
boys. How are you?
Well, it's nice to see you show up. Last time you're supposed to come in, I was told you're very, very busy.
Sorry.
What happened? You were waiting for a guitar to come in? What happened?
Big autograph signing coming up that day.
What's happening with you, Johnny?
Nothing, man. Just figured I'd come by, bring a little grub for you guys.
Were you a wrestling fan growing up?
A huge wrestling fan.
Who was it for you? Do you remember some of the guys that you were most into?
There's two of them.
Yeah.
One of them was Jimmy Snuka, which is a lot of people would say, but Mil Mascaras, the man of 1,000 masks, for some reason, I don't know why.
Do you think he really had 1,000?
Oh, I think he did.
Yeah.
I do think he did. But the swishiest walk on a pro wrestler, the man would walk around like there was a corn cob up his ass. He had like this Bob Hope weird walk.
A lot of those guys do have I would almost say a lilt to them when they're walking around. A weird wrestler that I was into as a little kid, and you see him all the time now, Tony Garea. So Tony Garea is always working as an official, bringing guys in and out at the WWE. And I remember being with my kid, and we're like down on the rail. I see Tony Garea come around. I look, it's Tony Garea. He's like, what? That fucking guy?
The consummate tag team wrestler, Tony Garea.
Yeah, he was with Haystacks. I think he was also with Chief J.
With Chief J, he was with Rick Martel. They had the titles.
Is that right, with Rick Martel?
Yeah, I think
he might have even been with Billy White Wolf at one time.
Could be, yeah.
Left Chief J and turned on him.
And maybe Dean Ho, which was just a rip-off of Don Ho, one of the original Hawaiian wrestlers.
Rip-off or brother, Fez? I believe it was a brother.
Rip-off?
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. And it was so badly done. I mean, it was a lot of years before you saw wrestling yourself on TV where you didn't know who was going to win. For, it seems like my entire childhood, it was Hulk Hogan against a guy from Tennessee who was maybe 40 pounds. It never, you never saw their opponent before or since. It was a tackling dummy.
Yeah, if they tried to do that again, where it's just every match is a squash match, a superstar against a jobber, a no-name, oh my God, they would never get away with that.
Well, do jobbers even make TV anymore?
No, very rarely.
No way.
Nope.
Some of those guys, you're like, look at him, he's like 140 pounds, 6'2", 140 pounds. What's he doing in the ring?
I used to love, remember Barry O? He was like the consummate jobber. He had the master of the French claw, and he would try to give people the claw. It would never work. He was the ultimate jobber. He would wrestle everybody and nobody.
He was part of the Orton family. Seriously.
My favorite jobber of all time, and to me should be in the Hall of Fame, is Iron Mike Sharp. He always brought it. He always had the confidence that he was going to somehow pull out this victory, despite the fact he was in no shape whatsoever, and loose trunks. I always found, I used to worry I was going to end up seeing Mike Sharp ass. The trunks were not tight enough.
He was always having to pull up his tights, long before the shave down was normal.
Well, he pulled them up, but pulled them up way too far, where they would come way up, about 7 inches above the navel.
Right.
He used to have the loaded... Remember, he had the loaded arm brace.
That leather arm brace that they would say he was loading it.
Yeah.
And the one wrestler using it for an object that still couldn't pull off the win.
I never saw him pick up a W. I got to tell you the truth.
Never.
And at a certain point, Mike, you got to say to yourself, this is not a business I'm going to succeed in. Maybe I love it, but I'm not winning at all. It's not happening for me.
Yeah.
What was your big jobber, Fez?
My favorite jobber, it was a guy called Rusty Brooks. And it was such an obvious Dusty Rhodes ripoff gimmick. And he was a fat little round guy with the bright blonde hair and never won a match. He may have been 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide. and would try to drop an elbow, would miss, and then would end up getting squashed in his jobber match.
And a lot of those guys you would never see again.
No. They would just be gone.
Stoney, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies, you got to help me out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There used to be a Saturday morning cartoon with Hulk Hogan. He was the leader of the good guys, and
Right.
Roddy Piper was the leader of the bad guys. I'm trying to remember the wrestlers that were on that show.
Well, with the good guy team...
Junkyard Dog, right?
Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog. The host was the guy with the rubber bands in his beard.
Lou Albano.
Yeah, the great Lou Albano.
Yeah, there you go, Captain Lou Albano. He
Yeah.
was the one. Yeah, he was the live-action host.
Yeah, I think Superfly was part of that cartoon. Wendy Richter was.
Oh, yeah.
She was the good guy's girl, and Moolah was the bad guy's girl.
Right.
So they had to have those two on there.
So you're looking right about the first couple WrestleManias when this thing came out.
Yeah, right at that whole rock and wrestling connection.
Which was really the beginning of wrestling going national, right? I mean, it never had been national before then.
Yeah, because that was right about the same time, too, where Vince had started buying up all the talent from the individual territories, too.
Yeah.
Where he was taking Piper and Valentine and everyone else from the NWA and Hogan from the AWA and stuff.
Well, because I can remember being a kid, and there were, like, certain wrestlers we would never see in the WWF, but they were all over the wrestling magazines.
Right.
And all I saw was they were bloody as fuck. I'm like, they are so much bloodier than we are.
The Funks?
The Funks
Yeah.
used to bleed like stuck pigs in those magazines, and you would never see a lot of blood in the WWF.
Tommy Rich was one I always remember because he had that blonde hair. He was down in Georgia. He used to have those feuds, and that blonde hair would be red at the end of every match because they would always bleed.
Well, you know, you're going to get a crimson mass. Sometimes you are going to end up with a crimson mass. There's nothing you can do about it.
I was the opposite. The WWF wrestlers, they were just mythic to me because I only saw them in the magazine, still cable.
You never got them down south.
Never got them whatsoever. We would get Superstar Billy Graham would come through.
So the old WWF used to be Philly, New York, and Boston.
Right.
That was it?
Toronto.
Yeah. And then DC would almost even be like the cutoff page, right?
Yeah.
They would fight over DC and Baltimore.
Exactly. The Mid-Atlantic shows out of the Carolinas would hit DC, but also the WWF, too.
What did they have out on the West Coast?
On the West Coast, that was like Mil Mascaris, right?
Yeah, wasn't that AWA? It was like Pacific Northwest, and I think it came down through California.
AWA with Vern Gagne would and Jim Brunzell and that gang, they would do like Minnesota and California. Ray Stevens, the Crusher and the Bruiser.
Never remember them, but I remember Classy Freddie Blassie would come to the East Coast, and he was fucking great. And he was like, basically hated the area. Just was trying to tell us that the West Coast was so much better. And I can't tell you how enraged you would get as a kid when somebody's putting down your hometown.
I remember we had Pat Patterson show up, and he was plugging California. And with this thick Canadian accent, he's talking about California. They've got Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego. He goes, Florida, what do you have, Miami? Maybe? and
that hurts. That stuff hurts you as a child.
Just being irate, and then started going off on how bad our oranges were.
That's bullshit, too. That is bullshit. That stuff gets you crazy. Bobby Heenan, of course, being from Beverly Hills, would come out and really run down the East Coast.
Yeah, and he was Minnesota forever. Minnesota, Chicago with the AWA, and Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah.
Those two guys were together forever before Vince started bringing all the talent together.
Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I wanted to tell you about Superstar Billy Graham. He was a good bleeder.
Superstar Billy Graham was terrific, yeah. Didn't he even have the strap for half a second?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he beat Bruno.
I loved him. I loved Bob Backlund, Larry Zbyszko.
Larry Zbyszko was Bruno's protege who turned on him.
Yeah, probably the most famous turn of all time. People still talk about that.
And I still think the most famous person from Pittsburgh. I know a lot of people are caught up with the Steelers and Andy Warhol, but I say no, it's Larry Zbyszko, that prick.
And the best manager, the Grand Wizard.
The Grand Wizard. Just would be spitting all over the place.
That was the thing that would fascinate me about the WWF and the magazines. Because in Florida, you would get one manager.
Right.
You would have Gary Hart. And that was it. And he would be there forever. And then maybe another one would move in once Hart left.
Right.
Like J.J. Dillon. But the WWF, they had 3 bad guy managers?
Yeah.
What is this? Gotham City?
Yeah.
All the villains are loose?
Yeah, and it would be a scary thing if you ever saw them together. Like if they pulled their tag teams together, you're like, what the fuck? Now we're in big trouble.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to stop Blassie, Albano, and the Grand Wizard.
See, that's another thing's different from us and kids today. We never rooted for the bad guys. Never. It was always black and white. There was no tweeners. There was no, okay, the good guy just pushed a girl down. That never happened.
Yeah, if you saw Jim Ross getting beat up by Stone Cold Steve Austin, you would hate Stone Cold Steve Austin for picking on the announcer. Anyone that put their hands on Gordon Soley in the South, oh my gosh, it was just a fan death warrant.
Did Gordon take bumps?
Gordon took one really bad bump and got hurt. It injured his hip forever.
Yeah.
And never took another one again.
Because it always seemed to me Gordon Soley got nothing but respect from bad guys or good guys.
Don Morocco broke Gordon Soley's hip. And it was he was never the same. Exactly.
He eventually killed him.
Never the same again.
Here's Al. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
How y'all guys doing?
Yeah.
My one wrestling experience was when Dusty Rhodes and Ernie Ladd, they were fighting all week.
The Big Cat?
Yep, during Gordon Soley's interviewing him and all that kind of stuff. And I go to Dothan, Alabama, and when we get to the arena and everything, here's Dusty and Ernie Ladd coming out of the same limo. And that just did my wrestling
But
day.
you know what? When we were in Florida, we were at 95 YNF, we did some stuff with wrestling. And, we promoted a guy for the local Florida wrestling, and Gordon Soley would never break the kayfabe with me.
Never.
And we're like, well, we definitely, if this is going to be on TV, and we're promoting the guy, we want him to get a win. He's like this. Well, he's a fine young wrestler. Let's just hope it all works out. He would never. And I'm like, Gordon, please.
He would never let loose of it.
I can't have somebody tear off the radio station's T-shirt and throw it away and call us garbage. He goes, look, I feel strongly about this guy. I'm with you on this. You're backing him, and he seems to be a fine athlete.
Yeah, he would say things like, I think you've made the right choice here in wrestlers to promote.
I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I feel very good about what you're doing. But he would never just say, yeah, here's how it's going to go down.
When cable came around and I found out that Gordon Soley wasn't doing just championship wrestling from Florida, he was doing Georgia championship wrestling and continental wrestling in Alabama, I was heartbroken. I had no idea that Gordon Soley wasn't ours exclusive, that he was touring the South doing this gimmick.
And a lot of it was the same matches. He'd probably go the same match three times. Hey, Jamie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, what's up? How are you going to talk about the Jobbers and not bring up Barry Horowitz, Brooklyn Brawler, or Vinny Vegas?
First of all, Barry Horowitz, you could put him in as maybe one of the top 2 or 3 all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he held the record, went like 119 losses in a row.
He was phenomenal, and I thought he blew it by winning. When he won, it just ruined everything. It's a stupid idea.
He actually would start coming out with his fancy vest, and he had a handprint on the back of it, so he knew where to pat himself on the back.
Yeah, that was smart. Now, Brooklyn Brawler was great because he was brought out to show that the brain was so smart that he could take any bum at all, and beat the Red Rooster. And they, for some reason, being from Brooklyn, you're not only street, but you're smelly and dirty and don't know that when a shirt has holes to throw it away.
Yeah, just an absolute mess. And I remember when the Brooklyn Brawler, Steve Lombardi, attacked Red Rooster, and you just heard Heenan, "Get him, Brawler! Get him, Brawler!" And it's like, what, Brawler? Is this a given name that his parents in Brooklyn?
Who was better at being disappointed and shocked than the Brain? When things that he was so confident about turned around for him, he was so entertaining. I can't believe this. Because how many times have you ever said, Hulkamania's dead every fucking week?
I believed him.
It's over. Hulkamania's dead. Only to see him hulk up and power out one more time.
One day Hulk Hogan will get his.
Hogan, look what he's done. Look what he's done to me. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, how y'all doing?
Cool, man.
I was going to see if y'all remember, like, the Von Erichs and all the stuff down here in Texas, like the Ultimate Warrior.
The Von Erichs was the wrestling family, really.
They should have owned wrestling.
Yeah.
They had the size, they had the looks, they had the numbers.
Yeah.
But they never wore shoes, though.
Oh, that was Kevin Von Erich, wouldn't wear shoes.
Weird.
One of them, Kerry, had to wear shoes because he was missing a foot.
That was actually his leg, that boot.
Yeah. Kind of scary. So,
how many of them are dead?
Huh?
Oh, and
how many of the Von Erichs are
talking
dead?
about him earlier.
Right.
He works front office for WWE now.
Who's that?
Iron Mike Sharp, the old jobber.
Yeah, and I'd always heard that he was great at training people, too. You know, that he was schooling so many of those guys. Which, what a way to be. If, you know what I mean? I'm going to teach you how to do this. Then I'm going to go down and lay down for you just to show that you're going to be perfect at the end of it. So the Von Erich deaths, Fezzi, that...
yeah, well, Jackie...
The curse, really.
Yeah, Jackie Von Erich killed when he was a kid. David Von Erich was the first of the pro wrestlers to go. Mike Von Erich, he was the really skinny one who got sick with the toxic shock syndrome.
Yeah.
And then ended up killing himself because he just couldn't come back.
Too shocked?
Too shocked.
Yes.
Too shocked. Chris Von Erich, the little brother, killed himself because he was just a dwarf compared to his brothers and just could not make it in wrestling. And he looked like a mini-me Carrie. And then Kerry Von Erich put the shotgun in his chest.
Wow. Yeah.
So, man.
Was that 100?
Yeah, I think we're up to that. And then Fritz, the old man, I don't know if that was a natural death or if he finally offed himself but not being able to just take what had become of his life.
Yeah, who could put up with that?
Right. Just the loss.
Von Erich's against the Hart family, Fez. And if they're all in prime condition, who do you take?
I would take the Von Erich family.
You too?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd never bet against the Dungeon. I'm never, because you forget, those girls went and married some fine wrestlers. So I consider that all part of the family. The Bulldog and Anvil are to be part of the Hart family. I trapped you, I pulled you both in, then flanked you. We're going to take a break here. You got anything to plug, Johnny?
No, not really.
Hard Rock's doing
Just
great.
Hard Rock, we're doing
Everybody's
fine.
loving it.
Come on down and see us, 43rd and Broadway.
You got any big shows coming in?
Nothing right now.
All right.
Just kind of...
Oh, you got the big O&A show.
We got the O&A show.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a Fatty Pneumonia Tuesday party, but...
That would have been nice.
Tuesday. Fat Tuesday for Mardi Gras.
Making fun of Fatty Pneumonia. All right, we'll take a break.
I don't like it.
We're right back. Ron and Fez.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Fatty Pneumonia. Fatty was sitting in his room because his mama never let him out. Fatty fucked another cupcake, then he stuck it in his mouth. Fatty Pneumonia broke the toilet seat when he was 10 years old. His big ass is difficult to wipe, so he needs to stick with a rag. He jerks off with pictures of chili dog while he's sucking down Big Macs. He found a slice of pepperoni stuck between his big fat tits. And Fatty keeps on looking out the window. He's watching all the skinny children play. He has a pet turducken that he calls his only friend, and I don't know why. 'Cause Fatty, I know you're gonna catch pneumonia. And after all, he's a butterball. Fatty, the word is on the street that you haven't seen your feet in years. By now you should have slimmed down, but you look like Norm from Cheers. When you sit around the house, you really sit around the house like a fat baby. Fatty Pneumonia. Fatty keeps on looking out the window. He's watching all the skinny children play. He has a pet turducken that he calls his only friend, and I don't know why. 'Cause Fatty, I know you're gonna catch pneumonia. And after all, he's a butterball. Fatty.
a mean song. Back with the Ron and Fez show on a Friday. Standing by, author Jay McInerney is going to be talking about his new book, The Good Life. His latest novel takes place in the aftermath of 9/11 in New York City. Also, Jay will be at the Books Incorporated in Alameda. That's at 7:30 tonight for a signing.
Hey, Jay, welcome to the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Very good, thank you.
So you're on the road right now?
Yeah, I think I'm in San Francisco. It looks like it.
That's what this says.
There's a sort of a triangular-shaped skyscraper out there.
Take our word for it. You're in San Francisco.
All right, The Good Life is the book. You wrote about 9/11, and it's not from, you're not writing about the firemen, the cops, or anybody that was in the planes. You're writing about the people that were living in New York at the time.
Yeah, the people on the ground. It's really not about September 11th, but about the way that, that sort of reverberated through our lives and kind of the way that it shook us up and the way that it made us all wonder what the hell we were doing with our lives and what we might want to be doing.
At what point did you say to yourself, this is something that I can write about? Did it take a while, or were you taking notes every day?
I think it was about 9 months afterwards.
Yeah.
I finally thought, well, I've got to start working again. First of all, because I'd briefly been working as a volunteer downtown, and eventually that had, that was finished, and I finally had to go back to my real life, as all of us did, and I had to decide, as someone who writes about New York, what am I going to do? Am I going to ignore this? Am I going to write, novels that are set prior to 9/11? Or am I going to somehow take this into account? And it just seemed, as someone who writes about New York, it seemed like something that I had to try and account for, something I had to try and record for posterity.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is something that will always be part of history. And already, with me, when it happened, I'm like, well, this is something I'll never forget, these feelings, these things. But already I know that I can't get back to them the way I felt before.
Yeah, it's starting to fade, and that's, it started to fade quite a while ago. And that was why I really, 3 years ago, I sat down and said, you know what? I'm already forgetting what that felt like. There was that moment, and it lasted maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, when, we thought life would never be the same. When the editor of Vanity Fair said irony is dead.
Right.
When we thought we'd never care about Brittany or Jessica again, and also when we were all sort of, I think brought in touch with some of our better impulses, and we made all kinds of resolutions, and it was a kind of a heightened state of awareness. It was life during wartime. It was a sort of honestly it was a sort of an adrenaline high,
sure.
And then suddenly it was fading behind us, and I thought it was a really interesting time to try to write about before we'd completely forgotten it. I certainly didn't take any notes back then, and several people advised me to wait longer.
Is that right?
But it's already I'm forgetting things from those days, and it was an extraordinary time.
And how long did you volunteer down at Ground Zero?
I did. I worked for a few months down in a very modest little soup kitchen operation. Mostly I was making coffee and sandwiches and bringing them out to the workers on the pile, and I also because I'm a sort of inveterate restaurant goer, I was driving uptown and getting my chef friends to donate meals. The chef at Babbo or Union Square Cafe, would give me 100 gourmet meals to take down there. The funny thing, though, was that the most popular stuff that we were serving was all the comfort food of childhood. Everybody wanted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They wanted ham and cheese sandwiches, and they wanted chicken noodle soup. It was as if we all wanted to revert to childhood in the wake of this disaster. And that was what everybody was going for. It was kind of funny. I hadn't had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in 25 years, and suddenly they tasted pretty good.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean there, too. There was a lot of comfort food going around. Also, a weird thing for me is, after that time, I think I started making more friendships. Earl became a close friend of ours after that, Eastside Dave. So many people that I kind of felt that we were in it with became kind of lifelong friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everything became a little more important.
That's a good way to put it. I think everything did seem a little more important. You just can't help thinking, particularly if you live in New York, you just can't help wondering, if there might not be a plane hitting your building tomorrow.
Sure.
Which I think just lends a little bit of a sense of importance, a little heightened urgency to everyday life.
Well, that's interesting because people say things happened on 9/11 or they did something, but a lot of times you really find out it was more like December 10th. I mean, it was a much longer day than 24 hours.
Yeah,
for people.
Yeah, and in fact, I think that was I think it sort of extended that day in many ways, extended through to kind of the Christmas, to the holiday season that year. That's the period that my book covers, is the September 12th to the early days of December, when it seemed possible that life might go on, when it seemed possible that that somehow we wouldn't be completely different than the people we had been before, that we would have to resume the rhythms of daily life.
Now, when you're traveling around the country and you're getting feedback from your readers that have been with you for the past 20-some years, do they have the same feelings, the people that weren't in Manhattan at the time, or?
It's funny. It's a really mixed response, and everybody that I'm running into seems to want to share their recollections of that day.
Right.
I think it's become for our generation the "where were you when Kennedy was shot" moment. What Pearl Harbor was for an earlier generation, and I'm really intrigued with the need that many people seem to have to sort of tell their story of that day. I think we were all hit pretty hard by this event, but at the same time, for New Yorkers, it was a local tragedy.
Right.
And we were more likely to have lost friends and loved ones, and we were smelling that smoke every day, and
you just saw it.
The whole city was disrupted. I saw the whole thing out my window, although I have to admit that it didn't look any different than what anybody else saw on their television screens.
Sure.
But it felt really scary and tangible, just being 3/4 of a mile away from that.
Right, and
and then just being down there for several months.
And wasn't it weird, too, of actually seeing it still look like it was you were looking at TV or a movie, even when you were seeing it with your own eyes? It was just so unbelievable that it felt like you almost stepped back from it, that you kind of pushed it onto a movie screen almost.
Well, I had a funny experience because I actually was standing at my window and I saw the first plane hit. I didn't know that's what I was seeing, but my shade was broken, and I was trying to fix it. And I'm living on the 15th floor of a building in Chelsea, and I had a great view of the towers, and the chain on my shade had gone off its track, and I'm sitting there trying to fix it, and I see a little red flash out of the corner of my eye, and I look at the tower, and it looks really peculiar. But I keep fiddling with the chain and looking back at the tower, and I'm not really taking it in. And then someone calls me and says, "Turn on your TV." And in fact, it was what I saw on the TV screen was just what I was seeing out my window. But I kept looking back and forth and back, and for the next 2 hours, I looked back and forth between the screen and the window, and I really wasn't sure which was which was more real. It was a very, very peculiar sensation.
We're talking with Jay McInerney. He is the author of The Good Life. It's his latest novel, and he's going to be at the Books Incorporated in Alameda tonight, starting at 7:30.
Now, Jay, you've put a lot of books out there. Are you? How have the critics treated you on this one? Are they Did they think you overstepped? Did you think?
Yeah, some do. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all over the map.
Yeah.
Everything from this is my best book ever to how dare he write about
right
the events of September 11th.
Because
I've always had a very contentious relationship with the critics ever since the success of my first novel. A lot of people felt that that I somehow went too far too fast, and there seems to be a need to redress this balance among some people. But I knew this would be a controversial subject to some extent, and I kept asking myself why I wanted to do it, because I could just imagine some of the howls and the screams, and it is a very, very sensitive topic, and everyone to some extent has their own September 11th, their own aftermath, and you're treading on hallowed ground to some extent when you write about those days.
Now, this is the second time you've used these characters in a book. You think there'll be a third time that you'll come back to them later?
Well, two of the main characters, Russell and Corinne Calloway, are from my novel Brightness Falls, and I've always thought, they're one of those sort of model couples, that they married, sort of college sweethearts, and they're good looking and smart, and you sort of love them and you sort of hate them. And I always felt somehow that they were, representative figures, and I thought they were my deepest and most interesting characters. And I'd always planned to revisit them, and this seemed like a good opportunity to kind of register the aftermath of that time through these two characters. And there's a lot of new characters in the book. I now realize that this story still isn't finished, and I think I'm going to have to go back and revisit them later. I hope it won't be, in the wake of anything so traumatic as September 11th.
Or just the fact that sometimes I think, man, I thought I was going to make some changes that I didn't, or there are things in my life that have changed definitely since that day, and I'm sure everybody kind of feels the same way.
Yeah, and I'm kind of fascinated myself to figure. I'm going to leave them alone for a while and then go back and see if I can figure out where they are. It may be easier than figuring out where I am.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, thanks.
All right, buddy. Brand new book out. Thanks a lot, Jay. Stop in and see us when you're back in New York sometime.
All right.
All right, take care.
Jay McInerney, his new book, The Good Life, available everywhere, bookstores and online. And he's going to be at the Books Incorporated. That's Alameda, 1344 Park Street in Alameda, at 7:30 tonight for a signing.
Here's Jonathan. Jonathan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I was wondering why this is such a big deal. I mean, other countries have disasters that affect a lot more people. Like they'll have a mudslide, or a little earthquake, a little rain, and a lot more people will, lose their lives and things.
Well, where are you calling from, Jonathan?
Arkansas.
See, I think the thing is, too, it's almost like if something happens to your family, like if there's a murder in your family, right? You don't say to the grieving people, hey, murders take place all the time. And they do, you know what I'm saying? Or if somebody loses a child, you don't go, hey, children are, die in accidents all the time. So the thing is, as an American, right, that you grew up in this country at a certain place where you expect a certain amount of safety and distance from such things. So the whole country felt this at the same time.
I guess I should ask, other countries seem to be able to deal with it a lot with greater disasters more easily.
Well, I think you're confusing it by using the word disaster even. Where, an act of God, a hurricane like happened in New Orleans, or a mudslide.
But I don't think there's a person in the world that deals well with a murder or a rape or something violent happen against somebody in their family, right? Do you agree with me on that, or do you think that there's some cold people that don't care? Well, when you're in an American situation, and I don't know where you are in Arkansas or whatever, the fact is that through the television, people all felt it together, even if you didn't happen to be close. We got the opportunity to see the people that were killed that day were like us. You know what I'm saying? They were people that were going to work like us. And the firemen who gave up their life that day, most of us, for the first time in our life, go, oh, I understand. These guys are heroes even on days when they don't leave the firehouse. You know what I'm saying, Jonathan?
But are the people in New York much more similar to me than people in, whatever third world country is getting a tsunami that kills, tens of thousands of people?
I understand exactly what you mean there. So you're saying that since you that we're all the same anyway, right? You're saying?
Yeah, I mean, just because we're of the same citizenship, same nation, doesn't mean I'm so much more similar. I mean, I'm probably just as similar to people in those other countries as far as like...
And I agree, but we do have borders, whether they're real borders and borders that you go, these people are like us. And we are kind of a tribe here in the United States, right? Somewhat of a tribe. We go, well, we all vote the same way, and many times we share more things than you share with other people. Now, you are right that I understand what you're saying, that if there's an explosion that goes off in Iran, you should feel just as bad for those people. But the point is this. America's safety was fucked with that day. You know what I'm saying? Those people in that building and the people in the planes and the people at the Pentagon made you think to yourself, you know what, bro? I have children. I can't make them safe 100% of the time. I can't keep my parents safe. Do you see what I'm saying? Where we did have an illusion of safety, and we probably are back to somewhat of illusion of safety today.
Well, I think we are pretty safe. I mean, the chances of you dying in a terrorist attack are astronomically low. So I don't think we have to,
Yeah, but that also, at the same time, it doesn't deal with the normal fear thing like a phobia. Like people, they can tell you you're as safe as you want to be in an airplane, but in our minds, an airplane is a more dangerous way to travel. But, Jonathan, I don't expect you to share in it, and you definitely don't have to.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I see your point. You explained your point pretty well there.
All right, thank you very much, buddy.
All right, thanks.
I mean, I can understand that some people went, and sometimes too, Fuzzy, it's almost like that's a defense too. Like, fuck it, move on. You know what I mean? Like you'll even have people in your family that you'll see at a funeral that are acting way different. Like, it's time to move on now. We've done it, and I understand that as well too. And again, I wasn't in Arkansas that day. I mean, it is probably, a different scene. I don't know. Here is Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I wanted to talk to him. Does he realize, he's comparing an act of war against an act of nature?
Yeah, I don't know what his whole point was, other than maybe that he's bored with the topic itself.
Well, I'd like to ask him, when Oklahoma City, the Murrow building was attacked,
right,
in 95 or whatever, dude, everybody here in New York felt it. Everybody knew there was an act of terrorism. It was domestic. I mean, that's a little closer to his backyard. And I just don't understand the analogy that, get over it. And,
I think
you feel for somebody that was attacked by a tsunami as opposed to people that want to kill our way of life, that don't approve of our way of life.
And who, in this case, I think most of us think that a lot of people, even if you're furious with this country, you weren't furious at those firemen. You weren't furious at the people on those planes. You weren't furious with this. That it was always a feeling that innocent people died that day.
Yeah, people that were just going to work earning a living, trying to earn a living.
Here's, I think they were earning a living. I don't know if anybody was struggling. Maverick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, that guy from Arkansas, he's an idiot, man. I will never forget that morning. I drove all night. I'm a truck driver. And I heard the news as I'm driving into town. I rushed home. I turned on the TV, and I sat up all day long just in horror and in shock. I couldn't believe what was going on. I had just got out of the reserves. I had 8 years in the military, and that day I picked the phone up, and I'm calling saying, hey, man, what can I do? Where do I need to go? I want to do my part because I could not believe.
Yeah, and people,
I'm all the way in Texas. I live in South Texas, and it hit me hard, I can't believe that idiot that just called in. It makes no sense to me.
And I do think that there's people that think like him, and again, people from all over the country. I mean, basically, I think most people are good, and you want things good for other people, whether they're Americans or not. I mean, I think, even though we don't always do it, I think that we have compassion for people.
I think Jonathan also, with the confusion of his analogy, of like, I think he's thinking that in Sri Lanka they get hit with a tsunami and they shake it off immediately because he's not seeing Sri Lanka coverage 24 hours a day, and we don't know what's happening in Sri Lanka or Armenia where they get hit with earthquakes.
Yeah, he somehow, and I tried to explain that back to him, that you're acting like people don't care about, death to their friends and neighbors, but I would believe it's a pretty universal thing. Hey, Andy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
I don't understand how that person can call from Arkansas. I mean, was he in an outhouse all day? There were more than 3,000 lives lost. The only time anything like that has happened before has been Pearl Harbor or, the most Americans with the Civil War. Just picture yourself sitting in that building and just happening to glance out the window and seeing that plane.
Well, it's not only that. Our buddy Eddie Trunk was in Vegas that day. He couldn't get back to New York. And when I talked to him, he goes, as he's watching us on TV, first thing he did was went out and looked at the Vegas Strip to see if there was more planes, that would be attacking Vegas. Because there was never a feeling, particularly when you heard, okay, they just hit the Pentagon. There was a feeling that there was some kind of attack would follow. Nobody thought it was just a one-punch kind of deal,
And no place felt safe.
Nobody felt safe then. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, man. I wanted to comment on Arkansas guy. I have a general dislike for the city of New York.
Yankees?
And I'm sorry?
Steinbrenner?
No, just for the city of New York. And don't take me the wrong way here, but when I meet people from New York, I have generally had a dislike for those people. Except when I was sitting at your home in Houston, and I saw those towers being struck, it felt like someone had just taken out my brother. So I don't know how that guy can think the way he is. It was mind-boggling to me to hear an American talk like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to judge again. I think probably a certain percentage of people felt the same way. Felt like, these things happen, you move on. Some people just don't like to hear any of that kind of stuff. Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Keith.
Guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, I just throwing in because I'm playing a devil's advocate here, but, I'm a trucker as well. I live in Missouri. And when I seen that stuff, I was like, the first reaction was, oh, you mother, type deal. But throughout my whole trucking career, it's always been, man, if L.A. fell off in the ocean, hey, good, get rid of the faggots. If New York exploded, hell, we get rid of all the others. And
all the other what?
The blacks and Puerto Ricans and, they just the people themselves. Everybody across the country always says New York shit, L.A. shit. If they both blew off or fell off the earth today, who would give a fuck? And then when it happens, everybody went, oh, shit. They didn't really mean it. But especially in the Midwest, those guys talking about down there in Texas, hey, 2 days after it happened, it's like, man, that was screwed up. The government's going to do something about it. Well, that's what they get for allowing all those people to come in, was the attitude and the buzz. Half of them was saying, it was jacked up and pissed off and ready to go to war, and the other half was like, hey, you hear the buzz on the radios talking about, hey, that's what they get. That's New York for you. All
right, so you're saying a certain percentage of the country, you said maybe even half, thought that's what you get because you have gay people there and blacks and Puerto Ricans.
Well, it's like the Oklahoma bombing and the tornadoes in Oklahoma. I heard you guys even goofing on the people in Katrina, talking about having to move out and stuff. Ha ha, funny.
No, you never heard me and Fez do that.
When they were talking about they had to move out. It was just last week talking about they had to move out, or was it O&A?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't me and Fez, though. But
anyway, it was just goofing on the people from the South, goofing on the people from L.A. They always do that, and it's, it was a strike against Americans, but a lot of people looked at it. It was a strike against New York.
Right.
And so
what about Washington? Did you feel a little more compassion for the people in the Pentagon, some of the secretaries, or
the government,
they got a lot of black people and gays? Yeah.
What sucks was it was bad. You know, it was bad for the American people, and Americans died that day.
Right.
A lot of good people. And my natural reaction was, let's just get them. Let's get it over with. Now it's drung out 4 years later, and we still ain't got them. And people are still. It's a sore spot in everybody's thorn aside because no retribution's been done.
All right, Keith. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Yep.
See you later. So there's Keith things, Fez. He's saying the guy in Arkansas, a lot of people felt that way. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. And he says we have a lot of blacks and gays here. Earl,
That's
Fez,
true.
have you seen a line around?
I haven't seen that many.
Yeah.
And I've been looking.
Yeah.
Not a one.
All right. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Yeah.
Yes, this is Chris, the trucker.
Hey, Chris.
I want to comment. I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And the comments that some of these guys made, and like the guy from Arkansas, and the guy just a minute ago about the blacks and gays, that's just so uncalled for. That is American soul. That was an American icon that got hit. I mean, I knew about the Twin Towers when I was little. I mean, it's just something that is an American feel. If they attacked us, they attacked everybody in this country, from New York to Los Angeles. And I think, I think people who do not support y'all and do not back y'all are just, like the old people say, communists.
All right, thank you very much. 866.
They'll never hit Columbia, will they?
Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Let me see. Here's Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I was just going to comment about the guy from Arkansas and his comment about the percentages of us getting hit were like astronomical. Well, at that point, they went down from 1 in 50 million to 1 in 10,000 because 10,000 times 3,000 equals 300 million. So that's something to think about.
And here's the other thing too: is like, well, just because it happened to somebody else doesn't mean that the first thing you think about is yourself. I think most of us were thinking about the people who got killed that day, their families, what they were going through. I mean, here in New York, we went on with just funeral after funeral. It felt like forever of just people that were in the fire department. So, you see those people crying. And I know sometimes in the middle of the country, you think New York is shit or L.A. is shit or whatever. But, down to all of it, a person is a person,
And I mean, even now in the newspaper today, this many years later, you will still every once in a while see where they've identified some more remains or another name got added to the list. And you think of those families that have gone 4 years now, going on 5 years, of waiting for that kind of closure.
And does that close it? I mean, it would not be closure for me. So we got talking about this because Jay McInerney was just on our book on our show. He's got a new book out called The Good Life. Now, I guess we didn't set this up at first. He became famous for Bright Lights, Big City, which was basically one of the top books of the 80s, and writes pretty much about New York life ever since. This is the first novel done about the post 9/11 feeling, that post 9/11 feeling. We're coming up to how many years now? 5? 4?
It'll be 5 in September.
That's unbelievable. That is 5 years. 5 years, unbelievable. Hey, let's go to Ed. Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, I was born and raised in New York, and I find it hard to believe that these friggin' hillbillies out in the Midwest and down south, they actually think that in New York. Have they ever been here? New York is the greatest place to. I just can't believe that people think that in New York.
Well, I mean, and I lived in Florida.
It's a great place.
Yeah, New York. Here's the problem: New York and L.A. both cast big shadows over the rest of the city in terms of that's where the media comes out of. There's two big money places, a lot of celebrities. So when I was in Florida, there was always a good anti-New York feeling, almost all the time.
Ignorant? Am I that ignorant to not know this?
Yeah, I think if you got around the country, you would be surprised that. I mean, don't you ever have a thing about people from Hollywood or whatever?
No, man.
No?
I mean, of course you're going to go some places and you're not going to like some people, but
right.
to have a sentiment like that about an entire city or an entire state.
Well, I mean, you know, there's no regions. I mean, you already used the word hillbilly. So, I mean, that's kind of judging. We have a tendency to do that. There is shorthand that we do. And either we could sit and call each other names or we could just, you know, talk a bit like we're doing now. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think I can kind of explain what that guy from Arkansas was talking about.
Go ahead, bro.
All right. When New York happened, the whole world felt 9/11. The whole world was like, oh, my God, what's going on? When the tsunami happened, the whole world stopped and went, oh, my God, what a tragedy. But the thing is, the whole world's not New York. And especially here in America, most of America, New York never affected. So when it happened, everybody sat back there like, oh, my God, this is a tragedy. It's the worst thing that could happen. And little by little, life went back. And New York went back to, well, it's New York. It's the East Coast. We live in the Midwest. It doesn't affect us, blah, 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 blah. So people don't hold on to it like the people in New York. You guys were the ones that the attack actually happened on. It's not that, oh, this isn't, you know, significant or, oh, yeah, the tsunami thing is equal. It's, you know what, it wasn't us. I mean, it was us. It was America, but it wasn't our city. We didn't deal with you guys before.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but here was the kind of point of some of the post 9/11 stuff to me, that it was an attack on America, not just New York, no matter how you feel about New Yorkers, okay? And
I understand it.
And number two is that at the time, even if, you know, to be part of this country together, you know what I'm saying? You have a certain feeling for people. It's not that you'll go to New York and it's talked about here. It's very rarely talked about. If anything, it's still tourists who come and go downtown. Never has been New Yorkers at all. So, yeah, I mean, New York went back to business literally right after it happened. And, you know, the rents are still here more expensive than anywhere else in the country. The place, it wasn't even a matter of bouncing back. They took care of business right from the word go. But at the time, it's like when New Orleans got hit by a hurricane, it wasn't done on purpose. And we all feel bad and we all want to pitch in for New Orleans. But it didn't feel like somebody did that to them on purpose. And I think that's the thing. It's the difference between if your house caught on fire or if somebody came by and threw a firebomb into your house to light your house on fire. And that's what happened that day. Somebody came into our country attempting to hurt Americans. I know you can see New York being different from most parts of America. I can understand that. But the point is there should be some kind of kinship between everybody. 866 Run Zero Fez, 866 Run Zero Fez.
Yeah, it's the violation that makes you feel all those things even more.
Yeah.
Of, you know, the fear of, is anybody safe? Am I safe? Are kids safe?
Zook, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
1876 calling in, boys.
Hoo-ah! Yeah, buddy.
Listen, man, you know what? New York is the Ric Flair of the world. You may hate us, you may love us, but you can never take your eyes off of us. Woo!
Well, you know, again, the city itself, it was actually even a little better when you think about it. But the city is wheeling, dealing, kiss, stealing, sons of guns. There's no doubt about that. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey.
Yeah, buddy.
I think what's hard for a lot of people to grasp, you know, especially the last couple of idiots that have called in and not understood, is unless you've been to New York and stood where those buildings were. I mean, I've gone to New York all my life growing up, you know, for the Macy's Day Parade and everything, and just been to those buildings when they were there. And this past fall, I brought my wife to the city. First time she'd ever been to the city, and we went to Ground Zero. And, you know, she couldn't contemplate on just how massive those buildings were. And the other thing that, you know, that was live on television. I mean, I was standing in my living room when the second plane hit, watching it on TV, and I remember having enough time to think before I saw the fireball is, damn, that plane was awfully close to those buildings, and then saw the second fireball. So that's another thing that made it such a major impact on the world, because, you know, you saw those planes live slam into that building.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then you had what happened at the Pentagon, and
But New York is the center of the world, whether anybody likes it or not. I mean, it's the financial center. Everything happens from New York. And a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people are jealous of it. But, I mean, it's still one of the greatest cities on the planet.
A lot of people hate a winner.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ronnie, it's Fezzy.
Hey,
Big fan. How you doing, man?
Good.
I'm a city worker. I work for the MTA, and, you guys hit it right on the head. The city bounced back right after that, but being here, and you guys were still in the city at that point, you guys know the feeling of how everything felt that day, and how everyone seemed to come together after that, and it's just, I don't know, I lived all over the country myself, and I didn't feel that, maybe coming from New York, I feel that, New York is the best city in the world, but I lived in Florida, I lived in the Midwest. I do feel that the rest of the country is jealous of New York,
Well, I've had New Yorkers annoy me before when I was in Florida, when they'll fucking come in and tell you how things are doing in New York, like you're supposed to change your business to be. I understand that there's aggressive people from New York, Again, they also happen to be Americans. And what kind of started this off was Jay McInerney writing the book. But the call we took right after of the guy who's like, hey, I'm in Arkansas, there's no way I can connect to what happened that day. I don't give a fuck. I understand that as well, but I'm not going to feel that way when I hear about tragedy in other parts of the country. And the reality is, you should feel that way when you hear about tragedy in other parts of the world, which, I did when the tsunami hit. But things happen all the time that they're not even in our dome. There's stuff that happens every day. Look, this country is not even focusing on the guys that are dying in the war. How many times have we heard people go, hey, that's what they signed up for. That's their thing. That's what they're getting paid for. So it's not like we are able to totally focus in on other people's pain.
Yeah, the situation in Iraq, as much of a powder keg as it's been since the war started, that whole thing is ready to explode right now with that attack on that mosque.
Yeah, but I was talking more about, do you feel any empathy for our guys that are over there? The fact that, yes, it is terrible that Iraqis get killed and stuff like that, and I can feel that. But my first thing, and it's just a gut thing, is to feel for the Americans first. Here is Daniel. Daniel, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Daniel.
Going once, twice, lost you, buddy. Here is Lynn. Lynn, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Not bad. How are you? I actually really quick want to point out that we all got back to normal real fast in 91 when they hit the garage.
Right.
And that kind of complacency, we don't need to see that again. But the reason I initially called in was to say, on that day, you didn't know if life was ever going to get back to normal. And I remember waiting for 3 o'clock to see if O&A were going to come on the air. Because, it was all 10-10 wins. And you didn't know if anything was ever going to be normal. I didn't feel like talking, so I didn't listen to them. I just wanted to know they were there.
Yeah.
Later on in the day, I tuned into you guys. I called into you guys when I heard some F-16s flying over the house, and the planes made me feel better, and talking to you made me feel better. And, you didn't know if it was ever going to be normal again.
It didn't feel like it.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Lynn.
Okay.
I will take one more call here. Here's Mickey. Mickey, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. What do you got?
Hey, Mickey Mantel here. Hey, I wanted to comment that all these other passengers on the flights, it wasn't just about New York. You had all these passengers on all the 4 different flights from all over the location. We still don't know what would have happened if Flight 93 hadn't fought back and managed to overcome their terrorists, where that one would have ended up. It's not just about New York. Everybody was affected one way or another throughout this whole thing.
Including people that worked in the Pentagon who weren't necessarily military people. There was secretaries, there was janitors, there was all kinds of what we call regular guys. Regular guys got killed all over that day. Thanks a lot for being on, man. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
It's the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
From the legendary Ron and Fez studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Ron and Fez presents Showtime with the Paul Lowe.
Yeah, hi, Paul. Your life's a movie.
Paulo, you like the movie? How are you?
Your life's a movie, Paul.
Your life's such a movie, Polo.
I don't make the movies. Your life's a movie.
Paulo, this is your time of year. You're out whining and dining every night, going to different parties. Are you excited about this?
Well, I'm excited, but I'm getting a little sick of Brokeback Mountain already. I mean, I would like, I'm still
How many
trying-
times have you seen it?
Well, I'm not saying I've seen it a lot. I'm just a little, I tried not to be, a poor sport and get pissed off about the history of violence, not getting a bunch of nominations. So, I mean, I'm trying to go with the gay year, and not be a spoil sport. That's all.
I noticed that the Johnny Cash thing is coming out on DVD this week, too, right?
Yeah.
So, could there be a little Brokeback backlash?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of talk about Crash back in the lash.
Man, I really don't like that film.
I understand. And
Why can't we get a Crash Lash?
It's perfect, exactly.
Because it never was out there enough, it wasn't
They get
overhyped.
the exposure.
Yeah.
I know, and you have a perfectly legitimate feeling there.
Would you say it's too legit to quit?
Oh, it's.
I hope that wins Best Song.
But you weren't looking at me, Fez. Look what I do with my hands. Too legit. I make an L.
All right.
Too legit to quit.
Oh.
Too legit, and then I do that over and over.
And don't even get me started on Best Song because, this year is really a disappointment.
Are they doing Best Psalm this year? Which I know what I'm picking.
23rd?
Yes.
It's your favorite.
Well, it's going to keep me through bad times.
I know, but, the song and dance numbers are always a big favorite at the Oscars, and this is not...
I hope this wins Best Song. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Sweat running all over my chest. I don't.
Hey, Paul.
The winner is.
When it comes to the too legit part, do the hand things with the 2 and the
All right.
L. Too legit to quit.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. No, you got to wait for it. You got to do it exactly right.
Okay.
See if those big hot dogs you call fingers can pull this off.
Okay.
I'm just looking over and Than is changing in his office. Odd. Do it, Paul.
Okay.
Is this going to open up the Oscars? Hammer time.
It would be a dream if it could.
The winner, Crash MC Hammer.
Look at Than. He looks like he's getting ready for prom. Everybody's helping him dress. It's very odd. So you think there could be the backlash, the Brokeback backlash?
Oh yeah, there's going to be. There's definitely. It's been like nonstop with the gay movie and all the gay movies, and I think there's going to be the old people in Hollywood can't handle it.
And they'll say, let's get into the black movie. We're mean to gay people, we're mean to black people.
Let's stay with something safe and stay with the black movie. Forget the gay movie. It's too controversial.
Sure. Anything coming out this weekend, Paul?
Okay, we've got Running Scared, Dougal, and Tyler Perry's Medea's family reunion.
So the answer is nothing is coming out.
I don't make
not one single film.
Why do you make movies like this?
I don't make the movies. So first of all, I got to tell you, I see movies week in and week out, and Running Scared is actually a pretty good movie, surprisingly.
Is Paul Walker putting out a movie every week now?
He's got a lot of movies, and
I don't even know who he is.
Paul Walker,
Fast and Furious.
Nope.
He just had that Snow Dogs 2 out last week.
Nope. Don't know him.
Yeah, he's a pretty popular.
I swear
white
I
guy.
don't. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know him at all.
The Fast and Furious. He was in those Fast and Furious movies.
Didn't watch him.
He was the awkward white guy in all those movies. Okay. The point is, he's a rotten actor, and in this movie, he switches it up and actually
becomes a good actor.
He's actually a good actor this week. I mean, the movie is very sick, very twisted.
Enough of your rotten acting. In this film, let's surprise them all with good acting.
Exactly. Complete surprise. And that's how I approached the movie. It was a complete surprise.
What about the Indie Awards? You looking forward to that? There's Naked Cowboy on TV. I don't know what he's doing.
Sure. But I'm just saying,
What are you picking there in the Indie Awards? Most of the Oscar films are also independent films, right?
This year, they just said to hell with Hollywood.
To hell with Hollywood.
And they went, now, things like The Squid and the Whale, though, didn't make the cut.
Yeah, I know. Well, it wasn't all that good, was it, Paulo?
It had an odd ending. What the hell was it with The Squid?
I don't know.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah. Well, I hated The Squid. Love The Whale.
So let me get back to Running Scared, because this movie, actually, you might enjoy. It's very sick.
I like the song Running Down a Dream. That's my favorite. I'm glad to see Petty's back scoring films again, Fez.
Finally. Maybe that'll be an Oscar nod for next year.
This actually has the most...
Too early?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I don't want to step on you, Paul. Go ahead.
I understand. I really feel that the sick, twisted movie audience today will respond to this film, because that's my biggest problem is that society as a whole responds to this film where everybody's a bad guy. Even Paul
listen
Walker.
to this song. This beautiful day, sun went down. I heard the radio on. I was driving. He's Paul Walker, a really bad actor. Did a Snow Dog movie. They all growled. Yeah, running down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. Running down a dream. You really don't like this, Polo?
I love the song.
Hey, Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I saw Running Scared. I thought Gregory Hines was phenomenal in it, but I thought I could do without Billy Crystal.
I thought the thing is that they had chemistry.
First of all, titles are not...
To me, that was my favorite film because you saw Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines just beat up a bunch of people in a bar. And I'm like, what fucking tiny bar would this be that these 210-pounders are going to clean up?
Anorexies.
Hey, Dingleberry, you're on Ron and Fez. Hey, Dangle, you're on the air.
Hey, Paul Walker's Fast and Furious for an Oscar.
I think it's time for... I agree. And, first of all, titles are not copyrighted, so yes, it is the same title as the Billy Crystal movie.
So someone could make a movie called Gone with the Wind?
Yes. There's no prevention of that at all. There's no laws. Apparently there are no laws.
Ronnie and I are working on something called The Godfather.
And so there are many movies with the same title. But nonetheless, this movie has probably the most despicable couple of in all film history. And it's just, there's a lot of weird twists and turns. You got the Russian mob, you got the Italian mob. And it's a surprise.
So you loved it. Hey, Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Ronnie, Fez.
Yeah.
Paul's running scared, but he's not afraid to grab the Oscar. How's your wife, Paulo?
Thank you.
Yeah, how is the wife, Paulo? She doing okay?
On a downslide.
What's wrong?
Like a landslide.
She hasn't been able to get out of bed for 7 days.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a mixture of the drugs.
Should you go check on her with us here?
No, I don't want to do that.
Just peek in. I just don't. I want to make sure she's okay, Paul.
No, she's okay.
Paul, I can't. I'm seriously.
Now you got us worried.
Maybe it's me, but
there's no change.
Paul.
There's no change.
Paul, just check on her so I know she's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, and I'm back.
No, come on, seriously.
I'm serious.
Roger Ebert would do it.
He would not.
Yes, he would. He would check on his wife. By the way, his wife, black.
Yes, I know.
Way to go, Raj.
You know who he dated before her?
No.
Oprah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
There's plenty you don't know. You know why?
Why?
I don't know why. Jesus don't seem to retain information.
Oh, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing about Running Scared is that I believe that today's audience doesn't understand the difference between right and
running
wrong.
Scared and running just frightened.
No, just good and evil. I mean, you see, I can respond to a sick, twisted film like this because I have a moral core. I understand...
You got an apple core.
No, I understand the difference between good and evil. And I think today, some people, maybe they're rooting for the bad guy, and they don't know the difference. They think that's who they...
All right, let's try to do this. See if you know the difference between good and evil. You tell me good or evil, okay?
Okay.
Eating a pie.
That's good.
Eating a baby.
Bad.
No good. No good. All right, very good. You do know the difference, then.
Yes, I understand.
So this Walker is strong, though, huh? You like him a lot?
I'm just saying... he's the most improved actor of the week.
Ever. Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
Paul Walker won't be running scared from the Oscar.
Paulo, you gotta be kidding me if you think this guy is the upset special and he's going to pull an Oscar here.
I'm just saying.
Especially when the nominees are already out.
Hey, next Sunday, or next Friday, we're going to do If Paulo Picked the Oscars.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything he does is a ripoff of Siskel and Ebert.
I hate that bastard. I'd love to punch.
Let me ask you this, Polo. Are you watching the entire red carpet from, I don't know, I think they start 9:30 in the morning?
No, they start the day before.
Yeah, standing.
You just see the guys laying the carpet.
Within 24 hours, stars will be walking across this carpet.
No, you get to interview all the people who are sleeping in the stands and things like that.
You know who's heading out there is Don Wiki Wicklund.
Fashionista.
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you going? He goes, I'll go anywhere Brokeback is. I'll go anywhere to support that film.
He's hoping to meet Heath.
Yeah.
And there are two other
Who's
films.
that?
Heath Ledger.
I mean, next week is a very busy film week. But this week we have Dougal from the Weinstein Brothers.
Now, Google, is that just basically like watching a website?
No, it's Dougal.
Search the movies.
I like that, Fez. Could be the tagline.
And the
if you're searching for a film, Google Dougal.
I'm not sure what you'd get. The Weinstein Brothers, as you know, huge power brokers in this.
Yeah, well, they used to be. I don't know if they still are.
Well, they've released, and this is their second animated feature in a few weeks. After Hoodwink, now we have Dougal, and it has a huge Oscar-winning cast. You have Judi Dench, you have Whoopi Goldberg.
That's Dame Judi Dench.
Yes, you have William.
She's quite the dame.
I'm going to tell you this: I'll never see another cartoon. I'm just done with attempting to act like any of these fucking things are worth watching. It's just too annoying to me. I don't give a fuck. I know that fish is going to get home. I know that you're not going to let the fish die and make children cry.
The old Disney films, they kill off the parents, and that was the end of it.
Toronto, you're Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, Paulo, did you see the Neil Young movie by Jonathan?
Yeah, well, I mean,
that looks unbelievable.
Jonathan Demme. Of course, he's doing a lot of his newer stuff, so nobody cares. But I mean,
no, he's also doing some of the classic stuff.
Of course, but you know,
I think he does After the Gold Rush.
You know what it is with the classic.
And then, by the way, that new song is pretty great too, Paul.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's just that they don't play them on the radio anymore.
So what? They play them on XM, brother.
I understand, and that's thank God for the XM. Thank God.
Oh, Paul's just interested in Hammer Time.
Stop. Seriously, everything. I love Hammer as much as you do, but sometimes I got to get back to my country roots with a little Neil Young.
Yeah, he's a little country, a little rock and roll. The thing is, Jon Stewart is the big villain.
I saw the knights in armor. Look, this is Gail. This is how Gail comes out of her bedroom. Queen. There were peasants singing. You know, and I mean, I love Neil Young, but I think if I'm the producer of the record, I got to go like this. Neil, I'm listening to the playback. Is there an old lady singing in there with you? It sounds like an old lady. I don't know whether it's my headphones on the breeze. Somebody had to say, perfect. That's it.
You know my favorite Neil Young?
Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. I could do that. Give me the fucking money.
You know my favorite?
Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. Then he goes like this. How did that go? Is that okay? So what's your favorite Neil Young song?
No, my favorite Neil Young is the gay song he did for Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Freedom? That's Elton John, my friend.
No.
Bernie Taupin was the lyricist. $7.
Wrong gay.
Speaking of which, did you get your $7 from Earl?
Of course not. I wouldn't expect that.
Earl, that's $7 you owe, you
He's
son of a bitch.
Bastard. But the point is, I mean, Neil Young did the gay song for Philadelphia, the movie,
Philadelphia, sure.
Now, you started with Willie Nelson. You're saying Neil Young's gay, too?
I'm just saying.
Seriously, I had a big laugh with everybody on the Willie Nelson. But if I see you taking a attack on Neil Young, that's going to be it for me.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying he's gay. I'm just saying he did it supporting the gays. So anyway,
the needle and the damage done. Earl, where's his $7 you owe him?
Give me an address, and I'll definitely.
What do you mean? Give him an address? This happened a week ago.
Hey, I'll make it easy on him.
Yeah.
I don't have an address.
You know what he's saying? He's saying, forget about it, Earl. He knows you're not going to send it.
I would gladly send
You know what?
$7.
You could use that 7, too, huh, Paul?
I would love it.
Everybody could use an extra 7. Every day I'm thinking to myself, I look at my wallet, I go, I wish I had an extra 7 in there.
But all I care about is the movies right now, and that's so.
So what, Paulo? Rhino, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
I got my own problems. I'm not going to bother you with them, Rhino.
Reno, actually.
Whatever.
But, no, I've been making fun of Neil Young forever.
and that was on the money. That the old lady, that is perfect.
Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm going to tell you the truth, brother. I don't want to fucking jump on your side. The man's a genius.
Yeah, I mean,
if anything,
as far as writing goes,
yeah, and singing. And I'm telling you the truth. The guy, there's something about him. You know, he's not going to win American Idol. I don't fucking need that. I don't need that perfect pitch that they talk about. I need some motherfucking soul. And he brought it to us down from Canada. Some kind of a freezing cold in Canada.
I know.
What do you mean you know, Paul?
Gordon Lightfoot.
No, don't bring up that. I don't want a fucking roll call of every Canadian that you've ever heard of.
Jody Mitchell.
Seriously.
Okay.
Okay, Paulo, seriously.
I understand.
Because eventually you'll get to Shatner.
Yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah, don't, Paulo. It's just about Neil Young and his new movie.
All right.
How many stars would you give it, Paulo?
Oh, I'd give it for...
You haven't seen it, have you?
Of course. Jonathan Demme, I rushed right out.
He's waiting for that $7 so he can get in.
Stop making sense.
You stop making sense, you
No,
bastard.
that's the talking.
Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I'm just, if Paulo ever says again that Neil Young is gay, I will come to wherever he is and tell his wife what an asshole he is.
Well, first
and then we
she
can get
knows.
together.
You got to wake her first.
We all have to support the gays, and Neil Young has. That's all I'm saying.
You seem to be very interested in this gay issue, Paul.
Well, because it's the gay year. I mean,
You're a shock critic.
It's the Oscars.
He's always outing somebody.
You're the gay, sir.
Really?
Get with the program.
Paul, do me a favor. Focus on your reviews. Focus
Okay,
on the
this
Oscars.
year-
This
I
is
mean,
supposed
this-
to be your time of the year.
This week, it's Jon Stewart is the big villain in Dougal.
We're not going to see cartoons. We're
Okay,
adults.
so we'll move on.
If I see one of these fucking guys come on TV, I did this for my kids. Well, then you should fucking make funny voices at home and not release into the film.
All the Oscar stars, Ian McKellen, it's just a great movie. So then we have...
Just bringing up gay people again.
That's his thing. That's his shtick.
He's a big
You know what I'm starting to pick up by you, Polo?
What?
You're so pro-gay that it's actually anti-gay.
I understand.
That you're going out of your way to bring that up.
I understand. It is true. But okay, so we have also Tyler Medina.
Why are you having fun down there? Are you tickling your own balls? We're doing a fucking movie show here.
Hands off the balls during reviews, mister. You know that rule.
I kind of miss the days when I was drunk all the time.
Here's Brian. No one gets that. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas.
Yes.
Hey, how come is it that Paul sits there and says we got to support the gays like they're our little retarded nephews, but anybody that says or sings a song about gays,
Yeah, he's got a problem with it.
Yeah, he's got a problem with it, but he'll defend his right against his wife. But no, I'm not gay at all. I love my wife.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you right now, I seen a woman take a strap-on to him. She put a fucking strap on, she took him in a can, and he loved it.
That doesn't make me gay.
And he did it on the air.
Sorry. And I love my wife.
Why?
Because
that man you married.
Hey, Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, bong. Dickweed.
What?
He's getting you, Paul.
What happened now? What was that?
Just take it.
Okay,
like a man.
Fine. I
like the strap on.
Ben, you're on the Ron and Fez show with Paul O. He makes the movies.
I don't make them. Please, I'm so embarrassed by the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Young shit the bed when he wrote his song about the damn Southern men. Plus, the son of a bitch don't have but about 2 or 3 chords in his whole...
You son of a bitch!
repertoire.
You're gonna fucking choke you up!
Yeah,
I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
Ronnie, stop! Ronnie, calm down!
You got
Ronnie!
Take it back!
Your blood pressure!
Yeah, but the guys in Leonard Skinner are all dead, and Neil Young is still alive. Not fair, in a way.
Neil Young shit the bed when he said Skinner Blue.
Yeah, his latest album is all about his heart attacks and all his disease.
So maybe Fez should pick it up and listen to it.
I'd love to hear this heart attack music.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it because what his heart attack led to.
Oh, what?
Brain tumor.
Oh, jeez.
You didn't know that?
No.
They're not teaching you that.
No one has brought the brain tumor possibility to me.
Because he stopped the fats. You got to have so many fats to keep your brain tumor-free.
See, my brain isn't fatty moist anymore.
You're still fatty pneumonia to me, my friend.
I don't want to be.
I take the fat from my ass and inject it in my brain.
Why do you talk that way?
I'm sorry. It's just,
Seriously, what got into you? You and your wife's pills?
I wish I was.
You must do that constantly. How could you not?
I can't because I can't afford. She needs.
He's hoping she ODs.
Every single pill.
You ever tried to make her OD before?
No, I not consciously.
Here's Bob. Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
1027.
Wait,
I
I
just want to know if you have a review for that new Dave Chappelle movie, Block Party.
Right now, I
have seen it.
All right, let me just say this. We are not talking about Block Party because Earl and Michelle Gondry set me up. I so badly wanted Michelle Gondry on this show. I was told that he was coming in. I was very happy. I couldn't wait to talk to him. At the last minute, Earl stabbed me in the heart and then broke the phones.
And that one still hurts, Paulo.
The love turned to hate.
Yes, I'm done with him. I was just thinking today how much I hate all the videos that he shot and how much I despise Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. You know why, Fez?
Why?
Stupid. It's not even about anything. It's just jibber jabber.
It's not real.
Yeah.
I know. That's what a broken heart will do.
Yeah. Mandy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Paulo.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
You're a freaking idiot.
I understand.
Do you realize that not all of the members of Leonard Skinner are dead?
The good ones.
What about Donnie Van Zant, his brother? He's still alive.
They're doing
still
great work.
singing the same music.
Yes, he's fucking covered. They're not a cover band.
I apologize.
I say Sweet Home Alabama, play that Dead Man's
and one thing
band.
is they're not gay.
Where's that Warren Zevon song?
I'm not
We need
saying-
this for her.
I never said they're gay, but they're not dead. Are you are you an idiot?
They're not dead. They're not gay. I love them. Great work. Brickyard Road. Love
Hey,
that.
Mandy?
Brickyard
Yeah.
Road.
Play it pretty for Atlanta, would you?
Yeah.
Play it pretty for
I can-
Atlanta. All
Yeah,
right.
play
All
it
right.
pretty.
Here it is for the Dead Band.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
The Dead Boys.
Good stuff.
The Ungrateful Dead.
Thanks, Ronnie. Thanks, Bezzy.
Bye, baby.
See you, Mandy. Have a good weekend.
I'm sorry I angered her.
Do your little whistle part, Fez. That's the weakest thing I've ever heard.
Never have been able to whistle.
You never heard the whistle parts in this thing, like a little bird whistle?
I never noticed.
I'm a music fan. Here we go. This is for the Dead Band. Knocked out of the sky from 9/11, 1977. Every time there's a plane crash, Fezzy, it's on 9/11.
I never fly that day.
And you say they're gay, Polo? You're out of your mind. This is a great band.
The surviving members are not
Matt,
gay.
you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Paulo, you're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you are. And
Trust me. No,
quite
I'm not.
frankly, I got nothing to back it up, but I've always thought you were an idiot. Figured I'd
But I'm not.
give it a shot.
Boys, the Skinner Boys are singing.
What?
From Jayville. West Side, Best Side. True to the West and always, boys. West Side of Jacksonville. We're holding this neighborhood line. I like any band that just leads with the beer belly. Fucking beer belly hanging out over the stage.
I think Neil Young and the surviving members of Leonard Skinner need to do a big group hug, do a joint concert.
God, stop with your gay stuff.
I'm sorry, it's just that they support the gays.
Listen to this part. I think just couldn't be the same. I'm as free as a bird now. How about you? Yes, we are too. We're free too. Yay!
That was a rhetorical question.
Hey, look, Van Zandt Brothers, I have a rebel flag. This song should be played before every NASCAR event. Stand up for the Freebird, kids. Stand up for the Freebird. Lord knows I can't change.
Freebird should be played at every.
Paulo, please. I was at the age of change. It takes a while. I know you think he's just going to say change, but it's change.
That's what you call interpretive genius.
You know, I went to see Skinner one time, Fez, and they were throwing out pecan log rolls to everybody.
Love those.
Yeah, it was this beautiful thing.
I could get hooked on that.
And I remember what he said, get yourself a pecan log roll, boys. Pecan log rolls for everybody. I never got treats from a band before.
I can't eat the pecan pies anymore.
So what?
Because I ate nothing but pecan
Paul,
pies.
the boys are singing. Yeah. Song makes me feel like grinding my girlfriend up against a locker. Wearing a fucking kerchief, a matching kerchief around my neck with my dogs. My dog, Ronnie B. Come here, Ronnie B. Those guys down south will name their dog after themselves. I know a guy, Dan, had a fucking dog named Dan. Get back here, Dan.
It's to make up for not having a junior.
Oh, he has juniors. It's just he don't pay for them.
Oh.
Girl.
You know.
Just shut up, Polo. Skinner boys. Sing. What are you saying, Paul?
I'm just saying, Sex in the Back Seat always seemed to be so popular, but I never got it.
Yes, yeah, you fucking guys blow each other in the rest area.
No, I'm not blowing
This is when the pecan log roll started flying into the crowd. Grab yourself a log roll, boys! Falling from the fucking ceiling. Everybody's going crazy.
I know they pass joints around.
Yeah, your cock.
No, I'm not a gay.
Take a hit off this joint. He's had his dick hanging out. Oh, no, I can't change. Hey, my name is Toby. I'm 17 years old. My mom, my sister, and my dad all were killed last night. Could you get me on some Freebird and kind of take my mind off it? Coming up, kid.
It's only going to make you forget about it for 8 minutes.
All right, this is where Top 40 would just fucking fade out and you go into the next song. Yeah, that would be... That was Freebird. That was Freebird by Leonard Skinner. Bobby, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Hey,
Bobby.
Yes, Bobby.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yes, Bob.
Bobby, you're on the radio.
Yes, you're here, Bob.
You're not funny, Polo.
Hey, Bobby, you're on the Fez.
National anthem.
What's that? What's up, bro?
It's a goddamn national anthem.
Yes.
Well put.
Fuck you queer.
Of the goddamn nation.
I'm a big fan.
At this point, pecan log rolls would just be getting fucking thrown back and forth. We would hit them like beach balls.
Why don't they make 8-10-minute songs anymore?
Because you'll talk over them.
I'm sorry.
Here's Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Ron.
Hey, buddy. Hey,
Go
buddy.
ahead, Paul.
Yeah, look, you guys, I live in the town where Leonard Skinner went down at.
Yeah.
And we had a very good friend of ours that we worked with. He died in a truck accident, and they actually brought out the 1969 Cadillac hearse that carried him all to the funeral home for his funeral. And they had a little tribute and everything. It was real nice.
Well, if that gives you peace and comfort, I'm glad for you, my friend.
What does that run you to get the Skinner hearse?
Same hearse for everybody.
Oh.
It's just the town hearse.
All right, thank you, guys.
Well, that was a wonderful story. Thanks for sharing. Mama, we're going to put him in a Skinner hearse.
Makes you can't wait to die.
As soon as it fucking, this is what you hear when the car's starting up on a cold day. Thank you for coming to the funeral. Can I interest you in a pecan log roll?
Is there any way I can get the Skinner hearse when I die?
You're going to need a much bigger band.
Hey, Jim, you're on the Fez.
Hey, how you doing there, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Hey, you said that Leonard Skinner from the West Side, Jacksonville. I was curious, how do you know that?
West side, best side, brother. West side, best side.
I can tell you for a fact they were.
Yeah.
My grandmother gave Ronnie piano lessons.
You know, when I was in Florida, I had to hear this fucking story every day of my life from somebody. Them boys.
Apparently, he got piano lessons everywhere.
They're good old boys. They really were. They're good old boys.
So what's so bad about the West Side?
Grandma will be looking forward to the hearse.
The West Side is the best side. The East Side, let's say, is where Earl would feel a little more comfortable.
Okay. I know.
Towards the beaches.
I know down at South Florida, Dixie Highway is the area you have to watch for.
What are you, Journey? Want to fucking pop Journey on now?
No. Big.
This is a hell of a fucking song.
And speaking of Earl...
Shut up. Listen to the boys.
Is this song ever going to...
Well, Paulo, you started trouble again today.
I'm starting trouble. And, there's the big black movie this week, Tyler Perry's Medea's Family Reunion.
Hold on. Earl, you going to that? Medea's Family Reunion?
I think I'll pass on this one.
You ought to go, man. You're going to love it.
Black
the guy in a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black
Definitely
audiences
pass.
have embraced this man and his plays, and now his...
Oprah loves him. Oprah absolutely loves this guy.
Another man in a dress.
The moral core that we're all missing. Where has our hope?
Oh, stop it. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I thought that the Southern national anthem was a theme from Deliverance.
That's not nice.
Well, that's Fez's favorite movie, and I'm not telling you why. Fez considers Deliverance a skin flick.
I
only watch about 5 minutes of that movie. It's all it takes.
Squeal like a pig. That's his favorite scene. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, I was just wondering, Ronnie, did you know it took 5 separate guitars to record that solo?
I've heard that before. Do you believe this, Earl, or was it...
Well, they had 3 guitarists in the band.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Well, that as far as...
To me, they were Florida's guitar army. I don't care what... who used to say? The Outlaws? I don't care what the Outlaws say.
Dwayne Allman did a great job.
Who?
Dwayne Allman.
Allman?
Dwayne Allman. Sorry. My accent.
Here's...
Grew up in Albany.
Johnson. Johnson, you're on Ron and Fez.
Eat my bung, dickweed.
All right, he's doing... And that's a Joe Pesci thing, right? This is the Radio Shark. He's got a new angle, and it's just playing Joe Pesci back at us for 2 seconds.
As to celebrate those charges being dropped against Joe Pesci in South Florida.
Let's just say somebody stopped by, had a talk with this guy. He decided, Joe, don't worry, he's going to feel like he's blind by the time he gets around to talking. He didn't see nothing from nobody.
You can't get justice in Boca Raton.
Doesn't Boca Raton mean the rat?
Yeah, the mouth.
Yeah, the rat's mouth.
What a fucking stupid name for a town. Welcome to Rat's Mouth. I hope you enjoy yourself.
That's why they had to translate it to Spanish. Nobody was moving in there.
Well, that's the only way you can keep Spanish people out. It's the only part of Florida Spanish people refuse to move into the Rat's Mouth.
And it's so
There's another place that's Spanish for a donkey's dick.
And perro malo. Bad dog.
It's a rich place. It's a very fancy place.
So what, Paulo? All right, you got nothing to promote.
I'm just saying, the big black movie this week is Tyler...
look, I don't see movies that
It doesn't even look like a woman. It looks like a man in a dress.
You know what, Paulo? Next week is the Oscars. I want to do a big show with you. Forget about it. We're going to get Roger Ebert. We're going to get Roger Ebert, and you're out.
Finally.
He's done with his Fez.
Goodbye to you, Paulo.
All right, that's it for us. Eastside Dave, are you going to Comic-Con this weekend, or is it a lot of drinking? Fez, you're going to try to get there. Has Earl come through for you yet?
I have not gotten the word that Earl's got me into Comic-Con yet.
You got it, Earl?
Yeah, everything's taken care of.
Why wouldn't you let him know during the show? We could have plugged it, and you could have had some success.
No, well, we had to send Pitts out to make sure everything was okay. And
that's wonderful. Then when he does, you say yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Pitts.
Pitts, make sure you're on the air with us next week, too. We still haven't met Pitts on the air. I tried to bring Bronx Johnny in today. As he's talking to me, he's running out the door. He's trying to get away from me. Yeah, I used to do the same thing to you.
Come back, Bronx Johnny. We want to thank Jay McInerney for being on the show today. His book, The Good Life, in bookstores everywhere, and he'll be at the Books Incorporated in Alameda tonight at 7:30.
Also, Hard Rock Johnny, thanks for the food, buddy.
Johnny,
remember the dessert is part of the meal, except for now, not for Fez. That's it for us, gang. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on Monday.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.